The Ozarks are a place of predator and prey, hunter and quarry. It is a land of stone, caverns, streams, and forest. It is a wild place where creatures survive and dwell, but humans struggle to tame it. Tearing down forests, taming the waters, navigating the caverns, a great deal of effort for a small patch of harvest. No, those who thrived in this place did so by hunting. It's better to venture into the feral terrain and kill what you can than work against the land and try to claim it as your home. The year's 2003. You are 14 years old. Last summer, Lon disappeared. This summer, three men have been staying at Epiphany Home. It's not rare for guests, teachers, instructors, things of that nature to come into the home. One teaches you about the stars, navigation. Another leads you into caves to map their twists and turns and identify minerals. The other has you identify plants and what you can learn from where they grow, what they can give to you, and what they can take. Currently, you, among some of the other kids, are on an excursion to test some of these survival skills you've been learning over the summer. A group of kids, led by some of the older ones, are gathered around a fire currently. You're halfway through your week of trekking and camping around this vast property. It's dark, and a flashlight is being passed around. Not because it's necessary, there's a pretty impressive fire illuminating this area, but it's for dramatic effect. It's for ghost stories, of course, a favorite pastime of the kids at Epiphany Home. Mai sits close to Zilla. Not unusual recently, since her brother went missing. Since Zilla's one of the only other ones who has also been separated from siblings. Plus, Zilla is strong, Zilla is stubborn, and a comforting presence even at her prickliest. A story is being told about a bowling ball dropped from a high tower in a small town, supposedly not far from here. This deranged person has been dropping a ball at twilight. That time when the light is there, but something about it seems to make objects disappear when they take flight. The people in this town could hear the sudden crashing of this bowling ball, cracking against the pavement, but they never saw it coming as it would land heavily on victim after victim. As one of the kids is telling the storyteller, they're whacking the log they're sitting on with a stick to emphasize the sudden sound. And as their story comes to its conclusion, it seems to muster more laughs than sort of shivers. It wasn't meant to be funny, but here we are. The flashlight is turned and sort of held out to whoever else wants to be the next tale weaver. In this moment, in this lull, some side conversations start to happen. A few talk about the comfort of the home. You've been out here for a few days now. Others brag about they could live out here forever. It is quite beautiful out here. A couple kids argue over who ate the pack of hot dogs that was supposed to be there for the following night. The beam of the flashlight sort of disappears into the fire before slowly washing over the faces of the gathered kids. Does anyone take it? Does anyone have a ghost story for us?
I might have one.
Lenny
Yeah.
takes the handle of the flashlight. Some of the side conversations quiet down a bit as most of the eyes and ears fall on you.
Oh wow, that was immediate. Okay. I don't know if it's a ghost story, but it's a story I remember my dad telling. No matter what time of night, no matter what time you go to bed, if you find yourself going to bed after 12 o'clock midnight, you will find yourself waking up in the middle of the woods at the base of a mountain. You're not sure why you're there or what calls you, but you see a light at the end, like once there's a slope going up that mountain, and there is a campfire in a cave at the top of it. You hear someone calling your name. It sounds like several voices at once. You walk up it. It seems relatively easy for the terrain that you're walking up, but it's like a journey, no matter how you slice it. It seems like you're slowing down, speeding up, doesn't make sense. It's like a dream. When you finally get there, there's peace. You sit at the campfire and there's a person there, cloaked in furs. You can't see their face. And they ask you why you've come to take this journey up the mountain this night. You're not sure why, but you provide your answer. You don't know why you're there in the first place, but you always have an answer ready. And he holds out his hand and gives you what you asked for. That's it. And you wake up and you feel like something's missing, something's lost. You're not sure what it is. It feels like it was a trap of some sort, but you wake up different. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense.
Just
Yeah,
like,
with that, there's sort of a murmuring among some of the others. Some people are sort of nodding. Some people are like, I don't get it. But some are like, no, like, if you think about it, it's fucking creepy. Yeah, go ahead, Blue. Sorry.
no, it's kind of, was there a ghost in that story?
I don't know. It was a weird story. It felt like it was supposed to be kind of like a meditative journey that he wanted me to focus on, kind of thing. But it always ended kind of creepy. So I'm not sure what the goal was, but
I mean,
cool story.
most family ghost stories aren't like that, right? I knew that in my house, we my mom never told me when we were leaving the house, all at once. She told me never turn off all the lights. Never turn off all the lights, or somebody or something is gonna think that there's no one living there. And so one day you might just come back to your home to find someone already moved in.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a bit of a family tradition.
Hmm. That seems like it's a thing I didn't realize, and it's kind of scary. That's not even a story, but whoa.
Well, I mean, think about it. It's like the dark. The dark is unknown. It's not so much that, you know, if I think about darkness, I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what I don't know, what I can't see, what could be in there, the infinite possibilities.
Chet, weren't you like the one couple months back that was saying that you were afraid of the ocean because of all the scary shit in there?
That's just basically the same idea.
What about space? Are you afraid of space? It's vast and infinite.
Yes,
Okay.
And dark.
And dark.
it's not the dark, it's that you don't know. And sometimes taking the first step into the unknown is the most brave thing you could ever do.
I mean, you know what old map makers used to do when they didn't know something. Here be dragons.
Well, I have a story.
Ooh. And Lenny passes the flashlight over
Bully,
to Jen.
you're muted.
Oh,
You're close enough, Zilla, to Mai to sort of hear her mutter nerd under her breath as Shahid talks about dragons.
I probably nudge her, giggling at the same thing because I was probably thinking a meaner version of it in some kind of way, but I didn't say it out loud. I definitely lean in on that joke.
Yeah, and she sort of glances at you and she says, "You play with a fucking sword. You can't laugh. I get to make fun of both of you in this situation."
That was surprisingly mean, and I'm really proud of you.
She, of course, smiles at that despite herself. Lenny, do you hand Jet the flashlight?
yeah. She goes over and leans and gives it to him.
Young Jet, what do you have for us?
You know what else is creepy, everybody? I'll tell you. There once was a little girl who really loved dolls. She had a big old collection of them in her bedroom. And one day, she was browsing through a shop. She saw on her own, Toys R Us, random shop, whatever. And she spotted this really beautiful doll. She thought it'd make a perfect addition to her collection. And she hoped that she had enough money to buy it. She goes into the store and she asks the woman behind the counter, "How much is that doll, ma'am?" And the woman says, "Well, that doll's not for sale." The girl goes back and says, "But she's so beautiful. I really want it." The old woman became irritated. Goes, "I told you, it's not for sale." And the girl, being a young girl, goes, "Why not?" And the old woman goes, "Because the doll is cursed." And the little girl goes, "Well, that's okay. I don't mind." The old woman says, "I'm not going to sell it to you, but if you really must have it, go ahead and take it. It's yours. But if something bad happens, don't blame me." The little girl is ecstatic. Yay, thank you. She's so delighted to get the doll for free that she ran all the way home carrying it in her arms. And when she got home to her apartment, she went into the lobby and there was no one there. A little odd, but she didn't think about it. She just got a new doll. She stood there waiting for the elevator to arrive. The doors open. She stepped inside, clutching the new doll like her new best friend. Doors closed, but the elevator didn't move. The little girl got a little scared, started to tremble a little bit with fear. Oh my God, is this the curse of the doll? Suddenly she felt the doll move in her arms. Ever so slowly, his head turned to face her. The little girl wanted to scream but couldn't make a sound. The doll's eyelids fluttered and opened. She stared at her with lifeless glass eyes, and then the mouth of the doll opened and says, "Push the button to go up, bitch."
Have you thought about reading for like audiobooks, Jet? That was beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
One of the older kids looks at you, Jet, and says, "Don't say bitch in front of the younger kids." Oops.
Oh,
Sorry.
they've hurt worse.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
you.
from me.
It's always honestly.
Oh, bitch, 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 bitch,
What? It's
blue.
Robin.
I know a couple other ones.
Come on.
With this a now
Everybody's always
empty
bitching
box
and moaning.
that once held graham crackers is tossed into the fire by Evan. Evan is a year younger than all of you. His dark red hair and sort of this messy tuft that partially covers his eyes. The fire all gathered around sort of illuminates his constellation of freckles from all of his time in the sun. This kid's always out exploring. He's always been lean, but he seems especially thin lately. This whole journey, he keeps wandering off, and just recently he's been scolded by the older kids for it, so he's now being uncharacteristically quiet, just sort of moping by the fire. He's staring impatiently as one of the kids that's hogging one of the marshmallow sticks. This person's like, doesn't want it to catch on fire. They're very carefully nudging it closer, but making sure not to burn it. As Evan's waiting, he just sort of snatches a harmonica from a kid next to him who's trying to get it figured out. Starts playing it himself, quite well, actually. But the song's quickly interrupted as eventually the marshmallow is finally ready, and the kid realizes there's no crackers for his s'more. He kind of looks over at Evan, goes, "Dude, did you eat all the crackers?" And Evan just continues to play on his harmonica, pausing for a second to think of this, and then keeps playing. The guy with his perfectly toasted marshmallow goes, "Hey, Evan, I'm talking to you." And he sort of points the stick with the marshmallow at the end at Evan, to where Evan removes the harmonica from his mouth and bites the end of the stick, quickly chewing like warm wood and that sticky, sugary marshmallow together. And the kid just sort of takes a step back, ends up knocking the bag of marshmallows into the fire, which causes Evan to panic. Evan lunges for them, and you're all hit with this rancid smell of like burnt hair and skin, accompanied by sizzles and pops in the fire, as Evan's desperately like reaching into the flames, grabbing the marshmallows he's trying to recover, shoving them in his mouth
Can I
as he
grab
does
him?
so.
Can I grab? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we grab
Can I like tackle him out?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
massive hair in his head starts to catch on fire as well. As yeah,
Blue's gonna
Zilla,
grab a
you get
blanket.
up to straight up tackle this poor kid, but luckily Jet and Shahid are there to each take an arm and shoulder and just rip him back from the fire.
It's like taking his shirt off.
Yeah,
and-
everyone just starts
Kinda like-
patting the hell out of him as he's just going,
Dropping
scooping and just trying to get these burnt marshmallows in his sort of clearly damaged hands from the fire into his mouth still. Not even worried about
Evan,
his
calm down. They're
wounds.
burnt. Stop.
What the shit?
What's
He's
wrong with you?
sort of looks around with just sort of crazed eyes and makes eye contact with you for a moment, Zilla, before just sort of retching all over you. And it's this sickly concoction of like graham crackers. You can see there was a whole pack of hot dogs in there, marshmallows, bits of wood, and this bent black feather. And welcome to Table Goth. Tonight, we are serving Hunter the Reckoning. This is the third episode of our chronicle, Never Coming Home. Here at Table Goth, we share stories best told in the dark. We've discussed our boundaries. Safety tools are in place for the cast, but given the improvisational nature of the story, we cannot predict all content that will be explored. You can likely expect violence, death, manipulation, trauma, and unironic use of the word normie. We have gathered to tell a dreadful tale, so please take care of yourselves as you keep this in mind. Joining us at our table are professionals who deserve compensation for their performances. The show survives from your generosity, so please help us reach our goals, which you can find wherever you're watching this. We have links, we have stuff, because I've done all of that, because I'm good like that. So yeah, please help us make sure we can continue telling this story and see which one of some of our theories hold true. Now, for tonight's tale, we will be dining with Nordine.
Hello, I'm Nordine Alikadir. My pronouns are he, him, and you can also catch me online at Werewolf Fields, wherever good werewolves are found. Because I'm a good werewolf. Anyways, today I'm playing Shahid Mutakib, pronouns he, him. I'm your underground hunter.
Mandy.
Hi, I'm Mandy Morose. You can find me on a bunch of Table Goth stuff. Today I am playing Zilla Akins.
Prince.
Hello, I'm Prince, also known as Nipples and Dice around the internet. I am playing your martial hunter, Jet Tomlin, along with my bestest boy, Braxton. Our pronouns are he, him, and yeah, I'm looking forward to a good time tonight.
I don't like that. Sade.
Hello, everyone. Shai Smith-Edwards here. I'm playing Lenny Thorne, both she, her pronouns for me and her, investigative journalist. It's a pleasure, as always, to be here.
And Wes Franks.
Hi there, Wes Franks, pronouns he, they. Internet's favorite feather and wood and rock enthusiast when it comes to normal kids just eating marshmallows. And I am playing your entrepreneurial hunter this evening, Blue, just Blue.
And I am Bully, he, him. I will be your storyteller this evening. So please have a seat, mind your manners. The table is set. Our ritual begins now. last time. We saw our cell on the last day at the home. They packed their things. They hid away a time capsule. A movement by one of the windows alerted their attention to Mai's room. Mai saw her brother fall past the window, so she stepped out after him, falling herself and injuring herself badly, but surviving. In the present day, at the home once again, but this time occupied by partiers. Some of the partiers were hunters in the cell, but we had good boy Braxton to start biting people to help shake them out of this weird party mode they were in. Proctor Stone was caught snooping around the library, was confronted but left without incident, though Lenny was able to identify something supernatural on him. Then Alex, king of good times and long nights, our party host was confronted, and he challenged them to a contest. They agreed upon a test of athletics, wit, that ended up being in the form of riddles due to Blue's insistence, and drinking, which we never actually got to. Alex actually won against Braxton, catching a football thrown by Jet, but was humiliated and very frustrated during his riddle off with Blue. While this was happening, Zilla used her edge to help cleanse the strange colored fire in the hearth, and then things began to escalate. Alex began turning violent between everything going on. Though, through his answer to one of the riddles, Lenny picked up on a hint and grabbed an iron weapon for the occasion. Alex was fast and strong, but he was outnumbered. And our cell managed to get the best of him, chase him off. Jet wanted to pursue, but was stopped by the rest of the cell. Eventually, as tensions simmered down a bit, the party cleared out, and the cell investigated their old home. They found rubble and remains of some runes in Fana's old room. They found a secret room in the library with a map of the property with strange things detailed on it. And we found a time capsule, which had some additions to it. After some heartfelt discussions between some of the cell members, as well as some heated arguments, the group eventually wound up at Shahid's family home, the one in town his parents had. They continued to pay for it, maintain all these years. The group set up there, did some investigating. Jet was caught snooping on the Stonelands, was convinced not to put claymore mines near the entrances, and eventually we got some sleep after a very long night. The investigations continued the next day. Lenny learned from her mentor that the runes in Fana's room may be part of some sort of trapping ward, as his mentor agreed to continue trying to investigate this and see if they can't reconstruct what this was to figure out what exactly it was supposed to do. And Lenny also dug up a little bit more about Fana's past. And if I missed anything, please throw it in there. Blue had his gear sent to his new place, well, this new place, Shahid's place, to help begin turning into a safe house. Had one of his contacts dig into the Stone family as well, learning some information about their finances, political connections. Also started contacting contractors to start repairs on their childhood home, Epiphany home, that some others lended some of their resources to as well. Zilla had her assistant look into Mai, and discovered Mai was currently in jail in Strenna, the town they're in, having just been arrested. So the cell decided to pay her a visit together, where she's being held for possession of an illegal firearm. Our cell arrived. Found out her bail was just paid, but was still allowed to talk to her privately. Only a couple words were exchanged, but it's clear off the bat that Mai doesn't really intend to get to the bottom of whatever's going down here. She seems frustrated and willing to give up her share as it is. And that is where we left off, and that is exactly where we will be picking things up. Sort of in this, it's hardly an interrogation room, but it's what serves as one in this very small town. But yeah, just a quite full table with 6 of you around it. She's not even in handcuffs or anything, but Jet had just said something about the importance of the home and getting things right. She doesn't seem to want anything to do with it.
So you just want the money then? Is that what it's about? Because I'll buy you out.
I'm sure that's easy for you now, Zilla, but no, it's not about the money. Do you guys really want to deal with this shit?
I mean, not particularly. I'm kind of in the camp that we just kind of ship on out and everything like that, but don't you want to at least know what happened?
No. What do you mean? What happened? Just bad shit. Bad shit happens here.
Bad shit. Yeah, bad
That
shit
shit that
happened.
doesn't have a conclusion. Everything's a goddamn mystery here. There's no solution anywhere, and you don't want to know any of it?
I'm fine keeping it that way. I just want to fucking leave and stay gone.
Why were you here to begin with then?
Keep fucking. Doesn't this happen to you? You just keep getting drugged back to this place?
No.
Sorry?
Any-
Particularly.
If anything,
The
things
exact
seem to.
opposite.
Yeah.
None of you have been here since it's been fucking a decade, 15 years.
No. I mean, close enough in case anything happened, but no.
Well, then who are any of you to come and tell me I need to get things settled? I've been here. I've been trying to get things, and every fucking time I wind up here somehow, I wish I hadn't.
Okay,
And I think this is finally our chance to be done with it, so we stop getting drugged to this place.
okay. All right, but at least we're here, all right? We're here. Like, we're here now. We can talk with you and figure out what's been going on and at least develop a report or something. Like why were you arrested for
Yeah.
possession of illegal firearm? You have
Illegal
no priors.
firearms?
Right?
Like half these firearms in this town are legal to begin with.
Definitely owned by felons.
Them? Like, why were you arrested for
They
that?
caught me. Well, they didn't catch me. That's why they are throwing this charge at me instead. They found me at the coroner's office. Apparently there was an alarm. Someone broke in. They found me at the scene, but they didn't find me actually breaking in. But they did find a weapon on me, so here I am. But the bill's
Did you
paid.
break in?
Why would you be arrested for that?
For what?
Coroner's
For being
office?
in the coroner's office.
Breaking into a
fair.
government building after hours? That's illegal, Zilla.
What
Yeah,
were you
well,
doing by the
so are
coroner's office
DUIs,
after
but-
hours?
It doesn't matter.
Jet was
It does
literally
matter.
laid down drunk inside of that building, and they did
He's fucking
nothing.
blasted, puking everywhere.
I didn't puke
In the
everywhere.
bathroom. I know.
I
that
puked in the
place is a
bathroom.
wreck.
Okay.
Thank you
Oh
very
my
much.
Let's just
Smell it.
pause for a second.
It was a long night.
Mai, I know you've been going through a lot, and I know it's been a lot. You know, I mean, starting with Lon, and then what happened with Evan that night, and
Don't.
then I could go down the list. I get it. I get where you want to leave, and if you want a bus ticket out of town, we'll make it happen. You want to get set up in Florida, we'll make it happen. Trust me, we've got the ability to do so. If you want to get out of here, if that's what you really want.
No matter how far you go, this place is going to drag you back.
And stop trying to run from your fucking
This
problems.
is our one
We're here to
chance.
help you.
To actually be rid of it, to hand over the fucking keys, to make it someone else's problem.
You know, if it's not going to be someone else's problems, it's still going to be our problem.
It's not a solution. It's a house.
And it's our
It's
home.
not.
It's our
not.
house.
It's
It's where we grew up. It's ours.
it's a problem.
Man,
It changes people. I
It-
don't particularly care for who I am right now, but I still don't want to lose it, especially not to that fucking place.
I don't mean to be the second location guy or anything, but we're kind of in a police station right now, and I don't think we should be talking family business right now.
This tiny ass town ain't listening to us.
Fuck, they
I'd
aren't.
rather not try to figure out if they are or not.
Listen, we'll pay your bill, but you're not selling the house.
Our bail's already been paid. We don't have to worry about that. When it
The
comes to the
Stones
house,
paid it.
Yeah,
if you
it paid for her
No,
slot of the
fuck
house
them.
too.
We'll pay your bill because we're not gonna let them buy you.
Which
That's
why
not
are
how-
they paying for your bail? Which is I'm confused by that actually.
They're
That's not
trying
how
to
the news
buy her.
works.
It's very
Shush,
simple.
shush, shush. I asked her, not you, Jed.
For once, Jet actually knows what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah, I'm sure they're wanting to play nice with me, so I give them the key. I would have done it anyway, so this is just a bonus.
you can't.
I suggest all of you do the same. Trust me.
We're not.
You can't sell it only 6 to the house. That's not how it works. Either we all go together or we don't go at all. And right now, 5 of us are saying we ain't doing it.
4.5.
Blue,
Oh my
just-
god, I'm so tired of your wishy-washy shit, Blue.
I'm just saying that, like, I'm not saying that we need to hand it over to anybody, but like, it's either us or it's nobody. Okay. Just got a weird.
What do you mean it's nobody? If we don't take it, then they're going to take it.
Yeah. Then just. I don't
There's
know.
no in between.
Do you like the Stones?
Fuck no.
No,
Then
but
this is
you
one of the
don't-
worst things you could do to them. Give them the fucking keys. Make it their problem.
The Stones want it.
They think they want it, and I'm happy to give it to them. I'm happy to fuck them over in the process. Honestly, this is the best case scenario. If anyone else got their hands on the place, I might feel bad about it. I'm not going to feel
What
bad.
happened to you?
A lot.
What didn't happen
Jet.
to her?
A lot.
No, listen. A lot of shit has happened to all of us. Y'all know
But-
better than anybody. But we
Mike.
didn't run.
We didn't get to come back either. How many of us fucking tried? We all did. It's
So
like
why? So this is what
we
I'm
couldn't
saying.
make it back, but you couldn't leave.
Right.
I
So
left
that's what I'm saying.
over
What
and
happened?
over and over again.
But you can
What
stay
kept
gone.
bringing you back?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember half the time. Just something. There's always something. And now it's over. It needs to be over. I'm out. Whatever it is you're here to do, I hope you'll fucking listen to Blue. Be smart. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
It's not
my,
worth
my
it. You've been gone this whole time. Stay gone. That's lucky for you.
Yeah.
I'm
Good luck. We'll see you soon because I have a feeling this isn't over. So you can leave.
stop trying the reverse psychology shit on my. It doesn't work. It doesn't
I'm not doing reverse
It's the
psychology.
truth.
She's literally gonna try to leave and she's gonna be forced back.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what we're at. I don't
My
know.
point is that until we all consent, no one's selling anything.
That's fine.
Just sell to us. It's simple. It gets you out, and it's not like we're not tied to it anymore.
I'm not gonna do that to you.
You don't.
It's already been
It's
done.
been a
It's
while.
already
but
ours.
You'll
If
change.
this is some sort of weird spell upon the house, well, guess what? We're already in it. You want to talk about being cursed? The 6 of us are cursed right now. You want to get out of it? Give it to one of the people already bearing the curse. Worst comes to worst, we just sell it to the Stones anyway, us 5. Boom. The problem solved just like you want. We're out.
Can you give me a What am I looking for? Some persuasion here.
Persuasion. Persuasion. Did you give
Charisma.
Charisma,
persuasion?
manipulation.
No,
How about
persuasion's a skill.
composure?
Charisma, persuasion.
I only have
Composure
3 dice to
persuasion.
this.
No.
I only have 3 dice to this, man.
Oh, also an update. Our danger level's now at 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Our
I had something that
desperation's
was
still at
coming.
1 though, right?
Desperation is still at 1.
This is not
Oh.
subterfuge or stealth. I can't use it.
I lied. Desperation's also at 2. Need to update
Oh,
that.
goody.
Oh great.
We love that. It's still going to be 3 dice because I don't think I could dip into desperation for this. Wow. Okay, we're going to re-roll all of those.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Hey.
3 successes.
So I went from 0 successes to 3 successes.
Her gaze lingers on Zilla for a moment, though she's listening to Shahid. Glances over to Shahid as he finishes his suggestion. I won't do anything yet, but I'm not doing whatever it is you guys think you're doing. I'll be around. I'll stay in town for a few days. Just think about it. Just take care of yourselves. That's all we can do.
Blue by the door quietly, if she's trying to leave, is just gonna go, if you want, you can come by the house and I'll make you something, like a home cooked meal or something. And you can just talk if you want. Lenny can listen. And just explain it to us on your own time.
She just puts a hand on your shoulder, and if allowed to, she will take her leave.
Lenny, Zilla,
Yeah,
do y'all have like any like law experience?
kind of. Yeah.
I
Zilla.
think we're gonna have to lawyer the shit out of that sheriff.
Well, I think we know a lawyer right here in town that doesn't seem to be fucking weird as shit like everyone else.
Yeah.
It's just
Just ask her.
yeah, let's just go talk to him, but just keep your eyes on him. Something feels off about this whole thing with
Something
trumped
feels
up
off about this
charge.
entire town.
One
Speaking
step
of, as we finish this up, just a few moments after Mai leaves, the sheriff enters. Sheriff John Wells. An older man, sort of grayed hair, still in very good physical shape though. Stern, clean-shaven features, very serious, piercing eyes, rigid bone structure, in uniform, and just sort of takes a couple steps in. I heard you wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a few moments.
Why did you arrest my?
Possession of an illegal firearm. She was caught with
Okay.
packing some real heat, as they say. Snooping around a place where there was a break-in. Not sure what sort of sicko breaks into a coroner's place, but let's
Anything
hope it
taken,
wasn't her. Maybe it was a wrong place, wrong time. Either way, her bail's been paid, so
Anything
hopefully she-
taken, Sheriff?
Have what?
Has anything been taken from the morgue, Sheriff?
At the time of the break-in, though.
At the time of the break, so what about now? Is anything missing now?
I sure hope not.
Don't you think you should have made sure and checked that before?
Like
Just
taking evidence,
We
crime
did.
scene
I
photography.
just said, at the time of the break-in, we swept the place, everything was fine. And unless someone else glances around, decided to snoop around there, I imagine everything should be right where it's supposed to.
Do you have what are the charges against just the gun charge?
I'm not at liberty to speak about an ongoing investigation. And I imagine you asked to talk to me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
My deputy
course.
informed me of. So, what was that about? I imagine it wasn't, you didn't know about all this then.
I'm sure some of my other betters here could probably speak more fluently and confidently than me, but I'm taking great umbrage with your investigation into the death of Mothana. Just the general treatment. And if you know anything, there is a wellspring of cases in this nation of elder abuse going around, just multiple different places. And it would be a shame for somebody, especially in your twilight years, to catch something like that on your front desk. It's not a good look, just having an old woman wandering around, a pillar, once pillar of this community.
I agree. I can't imagine what sort of ungrateful people would let a caretaker, a guardian like that, get in that bad of a space. I would never treat my mom that way. That's for damn sure.
Well,
But yeah, if you know the people who
Yeah,
let it get that
what are you
bad,
trying to say?
Yeah,
huh?
what?
What
What's
the
that?
fuck
Is
are
that
you
how-
trying to say,
Is that a
Sheriff?
professional way of talking, Sheriff?
she, as I understand it, was the closest thing y'all had to a mama. You're the ones who abandoned her and let her wander around in her state for the past however many years. Then you come saying I'm the one that abused her.
Braxton is growling. Jed is growling at the same time. Just
Missouri state law, when it comes to guardianship, says that connections like that, when they're not actual adoptions, happen and at 18. As far as I know, we were all 18.
I understand that you want someone to blame for what happened. I suggest looking inward, not at me.
apparently you have someone to blame for you not doing your job and watching out for the people in your community.
She's not been a member of this
Excuses.
community for some time, unfortunately. It
Mhm.
seemed that she, without a purpose or without people to look out for her, she came and went as she pleased. Usually
So full of
went.
shit. I'm leaving. Fuck this guy.
Jet.
Jet walks out.
Jet.
All right. It's nice seeing y'all again, but I don't want any trouble, so
I mean, you kind of started it with that tone of yours, sir. You
Interesting.
blamed us for us abandoning her, but like there's a whole community here and no one else watched after her. That's no one else. And apparently Mai's been here. So what's that about?
no, Mai does not live here. She drifts into town more often than we'd like. Yeah, maybe she should have done a better job too. Either way, I don't think your line of questioning is anything I'm going to be able to give you a satisfactory answer towards. So I suggest you seek your whatever's going to comfort you in these unfortunate times elsewhere.
Can't even keep underage drinking under control in abandoned areas, so
Yeah, there's that too.
can't imagine that you would worry too much with missing persons cases or the death of somebody in your
Or the fact that
community.
missing persons are finding themselves. I don't think you're doing quite a good job here, it seems like.
It is an elected position, right, Sheriff?
Indeed, it is.
Good to
Interesting.
know. Good to know.
Be interesting to know where that campaign money comes from.
Hmm.
Okay,
Lenny's
can
gonna
we-
like walk out too.
Feel free to talk to the constituents of the town. Try to get them on your side on this. Best of luck to you.
There's no side, Sheriff, just a concerned citizen.
Okay, so we're just gonna go now. Yep, come on.
So now that we've gotten that out of the way, where is the rest of these investigations going? As far as, Mount Fauna, obviously you think she ate a stick and died. Is the case closed?
Yes.
Okay.
A very, very old woman who was not taken care of and left to wander the wilderness has passed. It is tragic, quite sad, but not exactly a mystery.
Well, I would like to also know about if you've researched or investigated or found any connections with Billy Dent and Daisy Netlix. I can't read my own notes. Mark Landry, Gerald Stein. You found no, crossover there, correct?
If you have any questions, it's best you talk to our secretary out front.
Your secretary. I guess I'll just have my people call your people, and
That sounds
we'll
good.
get it all sorted out.
Lenny's gonna like lean back into the room and it's like, see, it's not gonna work. Just get out of here.
Yeah. That's the great thing about Missouri. It's a one-party consent state when it comes to recording. So
It is.
we'll have all our people call all your people, and it'll be great. Thank you for your time, Sheriff. Your service to the people of this great town is stupendous. And I really appreciate it. I look
Zach and
forward
Zozo.
to some more conversations in the future.
Yeah, unfortunate it has to be under these circumstances, but we are glad to see you again. And he'll take his leave.
It's been too long. Where have you been? I don't know. Whatever the fuck you all say.
Blue's gonna
And,
walk outside the building and like start making the way to the car that we took. Do I see like a Ford Ranger or like a good GMC truck that has lights on it, maybe a paint job that says sheriff on the side of it or anything?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to bend down near the rear passenger side tire, and I'm going to retie my shoe. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to quietly pop the tire. I'm going to take my pocket knife and I'm going to jam it into the tire. And then just stand up and then walk over to the car and just sit on the trunk.
It's not hard to actually do this. The difficulty here comes in doing it discreetly. So if I could please get a composure stealth from you.
Of course. Stealth plus composure, a gift. Not as much as a gift as I expected. We're spending a willpower, baby.
We have 1 success. We have 3 successes, which for most standard things is a full success, including this. So you're letting the air out of the tire? Is that what you're doing? Or are you?
Yeah, just gonna take a quick like pocket knife. Like Blue has like a diver's knife on their ankle, and just like tying my shoe and like a boot, and then just like taking the knife, passing it to one hand real quickly, jamming it like on the like underside of the tire where it's hard to tell that there's actually been like a jam or anything like that. Only like a titanium blade could do it, like a diver's knife could do that. And then just pull it out really quickly and then just slip it up my coat and then tie my shoe, stand up, and then, a little bit of sleight of hand stuff. And just sit on the car trunk and wait for everybody.
Yeah. After a few moments, the group can reconvene in the parking lot as the air.
I'm going to
leaks
assume
from one
Jet
of the
probably
tires.
saw this, or at least heard it.
Jet left first.
Because Jet was outside.
Oh, okay. Walking out. We're not gonna get anything. Lenny says, like she didn't see. Like we have to do our own research about this.
Yeah, for sure. But first, I'm gonna be a huge pain in the ass.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Like go in on that. Like no one's gonna stop you. But like, first of all, fuck that guy.
Oh yeah, obviously there doesn't need to be any worry about campaign money and constituents because no one's gonna run against him because whatever the fuck is going on here doesn't matter.
Missouri, we're the only state without limitations on that.
Yes, we are.
I mean, a good thing to do in what I've read in a lot of like online warfare, cyber warfare, things of that nature, is you just really need to gum up the use of resources. You don't even have to touch, somebody else. You just have to touch their money, their supplies, things of that nature. And it's going to be really hard once Mr. Sheriff Wells finds out that he's not able to order any groceries or anything, or he's not going to be able to get gas because his assets are frozen.
Not to
What?
not to put it too finely, Sheriff Wells is not our enemy right now, and I don't know if we should be making.
Excuse me?
Cops.
Did you hear what he said to us?
That's debatable.
I think we have like a myriad of enemies at the moment. Some with different intentions, but
This is nothing
Face.
malicious. This just come up that
Shahid.
this is just an attitude check. It's called a receipt.
A-C-A-B. Do you know what those letters mean?
Yes, I'm aware.
Well, then that's
what we're feeling.
my
here.
attitude
This
right
is what
now.
we're going for.
He could have been cooperative. He could have not been a complete dick. but he was. And so I can be a bigger dick.
I'm saying that human beings have a finite amount of energy on this planet, and I don't know if we should be wasting it on Mr. Wells.
I have an unlimited well of vengeance inside of me.
Yeah. Let's focus on Mothman.
Okay, not to put it too finely, but that might be the whitest thing you have ever said.
That's some 4chan shit. I'm gonna be completely honest.
It was.
But he meant every word. At this moment, you imagine you shouldn't
Brings out the
linger
flask
too
after
long
that one.
with. While Blue did a great job of doing so discreetly, it's
time to go.
still in the middle of the day. People are coming in
Yeah,
and
it's
out.
time to go.
Someone's going to notice, and you're going to be suspicious.
Mhm.
You have a few things. You have a list of people. The agent did reach out to you, Shahid, saying that they were ready to meet up if you were. Mai was sniffed around the coroner's office. We got all sorts of stuff. You got a map. You have an unlimited well of possibilities of what to do here. What's the move?
All right, I have a meeting with a FBI agent that I need to go to. Speaking of cops, also,
Gross.
wait, who was that?
See Blue kicking their feet on the truck.
Like I said, I don't want to piss off every single cop in this area, and she's looking into missing persons, okay? The least I can do is try to figure out what she knows.
Can I come with?
Sure, but I'm also popping by the church, so be prepared for that. People. I don't know if any of you remember, but there's a dead woman with our name on it. She's got to have a funeral.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, rule number 1 about all this.
Not to be
We
religious.
need to be people, too. We need to do all the things normal people do on top of this shit. So that means planning a funeral for this poor woman.
Yeah, and she was super Christian, so it makes total sense to have it at a church.
Just
How
Weird.
many non-denominational
Funerals?
burial plots are... Plus, for all we know, she was Christian. The woman was Italian.
she was talking about trees
very
all the
stereotyping.
time.
There's there's little sigils in her.
She was
her
a
office.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's probably a fucking preacher, dude.
Greta
You-
Karen.
It
or
probably
something?
isn't.
Does any of you know where or how she would want to be buried? Or
No.
cremated? How would she like her funeral?
Maybe.
Maybe
can
on
find
like
out
a
more, we'll find out
pyre
where.
on the river or something.
A pyre
Or-
on the
or-
river.
Or, I mean, less
Where are you guys
likely
going to
than-
have this conversation? It's going to linger.
In the car.
Gonna get in the
We're
car,
driving.
driving.
Okay, we're driving.
Where to? Are we doing
Back to
this
the
all
house?
together? Are we
going back to the
splitting?
house?
We're in a conference call in 2 different cars.
Everything that I need to do, I can do from the comfort of a old ass rickety dining room chair and dining room table.
Are you
Hunched
insulting
over
my
on-
dining room chair and table? My that's
No, he
my
brought his own
grandmother's.
from his big house.
I had to have my own.
He
rickety
needs his
old-
rickety chair.
I need
What a
rickety
dick.
chair. No.
I'll be honest with you. If you let Jet take the lead, he's about to take y'all on a walk through the woods
never let
into
Jet take
one
the
of the
lead on
most
shit.
dangerous places that we could
I'm
go.
sorry
So you probably don't
Never.
want Jet leading any
to
of
break
this.
the immersion. But Prince, it looks like you're like digging through a bowl of chips with your little cat in the bowl.
Hey, God damn it.
Like just the bowl showing up. You're just. I'm sorry. Okay, go on. Where are we going? Please.
Well,
Uh,
if y'all are gonna
It's
do
okay.
church and cop shit, which is what a fucking day.
Ugh.
I think I could probably, I guess, Jet, Zilla, would either one of you want to walk the grounds with me and
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
down.
figure out where everything's gonna go, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
contracting wise?
Yeah.
And then somebody should probably contact Harmon if he's even still fucking alive. He might
Yeah,
know how
I'll-
she wants to get buried.
Could I call the lawyer, maybe, and
Sure.
maybe she might have contact information to people connected to the estate or something.
Okay. We're gonna be pulling up into the cafe soon. I'll meet with the cop with Lenny over here, and
The cop.
you three go contact that lawyer. See if you can find Herman, and we can sort out more after.
I also think that Jet could put that proactivity and that spirit of vengeance to use and maybe start researching some ways to keep Alec from coming back on our land, maybe? I mean,
Yeah, like fucking garlic or something.
Iron.
the
Garlic
homeland.
doesn't work.
Iron
Baseball
gates.
bat does. You hit him hard enough.
Iron. Lenny's
Iron
right.
gates.
Oh, I thought we were talking about that creepy ass stone dude you guys were talking about. It's
Oh.
kind of vampire.
And that's just a cease and desist.
Okay. So Shahid and Lenny are gonna be heading to Carl's Cliffside Cafe. Be calling up agent. I can't think of her last name. Naomi something. To set up a meeting.
Hmm?
Zilla, Jet, and Blue are heading towards the Epiphany home to investigate the grounds. And Zilla, you're calling a lawyer on the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So the first thing that happened in the sequence of events is calling a lawyer. As Shahid, you set up. The agent is perfectly fine meeting there, as they don't even know where else you really could meet in this little town. So, great. They say don't bring the messy one.
She was the one that ended up messy. Not me.
Yeah, Zilla, you call your phone. It is one ring and it's immediately like decline.
Does it go to voicemail?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, professional lawyer in the town. It's obviously Zilla Akins. I was just calling to follow up on some information about the estate. I'm trying to get a hold of some individuals that used to work at the estate that might have some more information as far as, like, getting everything put back together, might have some landscaping information, yada yada. Please give me a call back. I would rather not invade your nice little office with all of the assholes that would also be coming with. So for your sake and my sake, please give me a call back. I will be expecting to hear from you in the next couple of hours. Otherwise, I'll see you soon.
As you're ending this, an SUV, a police SUV, lights and sirens on, goes flying past.
Fuck. Let's follow that. I'm probably driving. I don't know why I'm saying that to you guys. I follow.
Whip around your beat up, what was it, a Denali? And follow.
It's slightly beat up. Just a couple of
And
beat
that's where we're going to take our first break. Come back in a little bit. Everything will be fine. Bye. We are back. 3 of our cell have just decided to follow a police vehicle while Shahid and Lenny get settled in Carl's Cliffside Cafe. You arrived first. You're already on the way when you gave the call. He should be there soon. Anything you want to do while waiting for Agent Renair?
So I think this is the first time we've sat and like not been like tumbling and shouting this shit, to be honest.
I swear, ever since I wandered back into town, it's been out of 10 this entire time. I
Mhm.
can't remember the last time I breathed without thinking about this shit.
About not normie things or
Well,
about
you don't know what I've been up to since.
no.
What have you been up to?
Missing persons podcast, but also learning about the supernatural because one of my missing persons cases turned out to be the cause of a supernatural entity.
You know, I've actually listened to your podcast on some stakeouts. It's good
Oh yeah?
stuff. Yes, while doing actual supernatural shit. it was
So
a
you
bit
just
ironic.
envelop your whole world in this.
It was like a cult, Lenny. It became your entire life, just like that. And every step of the way, there's indoctrination you don't see coming. Actually, that brings up an interesting question. How did you do it? When we walked back into that house for the first time in forever, that place tried to fuck with my mind. How did you? You were the only other one who didn't get in.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Mysteries afoot. Gotta hunt it down. I'm stubborn, hard-headed, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it was just luck. But I'll tell you that shaking off something like that is a lot harder than people think. I mean, it took me training for months to even. I mean, that's what I'm fucking talking about. It's scary. Okay, you know that there's a whole like row in this neighborhood of empty houses that the FBI uses to conduct drills and whatever. So in the middle of the night, they take you down to one of those houses, and in the basement, they got one chained up. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know what it was supposed to be doing, but they walk you into that room. You go in alone. You look a hungry dead right in the eye, and it just starts tells you to do shit, takes away your memories bit by bit until you learn how to build up a brick wall and resist. And when you fail that first time, after about an hour, they come get you. You're shaking and cold and sweating everywhere. And then you show up next month and you do it again. And again, and again, and again, until finally, you are crying in that room, facing this demon with a human face. And you tell it no. Shit messes with you. Sorry?
That's what you had to go through?
No, that's what I chose to go through. Because that's how they get you. By the end of it, you're walking to that room on your own. No one's dragging you there. And you're like, this is what I have to do. I gotta do it. Because if I don't do it next time I'm gonna face them in a place where it isn't controlled, where that thing isn't chained up, and they're gonna tell me to shoot all my friends, and I'm gonna say yes. So I go back. I put myself through that, Lenny. It was me. That's how they get to you. Because at the end of the day, all of that has to matter. You can't walk away when you put yourself through that. You have to be there, and you have to fight. Because... Sorry.
Lenny reaches forward and like puts a hand on Shahid's shoulder. It's like, I don't know if you. I'm sorry you had to go through it, but, and I know you're saying that it was your choice. You could have said no. Yes, you're right, but that still puts a fucking strain. You've come back different. We all have.
With this, a couple of milkshakes slid on the table. So you see kind old Carl there.
Oh, hey.
Sorry to interrupt. Just the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. He just sort of looks and just sort of gives you like a reassuring nod, Shahid. And then goes to the kitchen. Dropping off. You can see a table next to you is I'll say you would know. You'd recognize this person. He's one of the dents. Specifically, everyone calls him Ill Bill. Middle-aged, though he looks much worse. Always coughing, but also always smoking. So brought on by himself a bit. quite skinny, just sort of stringy, bright blonde hair that's always just sort of like pasted onto his skull a little bit, just like slicked back with some sort of cheap product. And he is just at a table by himself, just going to town on plate after plate being brought to him. And a moment later is when Agent Renair comes in. Plain clothes, but still, she's not good at blending in. She's looks like a cop, but as you could tell, is trying to be a little more casual. She's not wearing a jacket now. It's just the button-up shirt tucked into her slacks. So, very casual. Yeah, she enters, glancing around. Give me, each of you, a wits insight, if you will.
I'd love to.
Two for Shahid, 3 for Lenny. Shahid, you can see as she sees it's just the two of you and not the rest of the group, you can see sort of relief sort of settle on her face. Though Lenny, you catch a tinge of disappointment too. The relief is what she wants you to think. There's a little bit of disappointment behind that production. But she takes a seat next to each of you.
Well, like she comes over, Lenny like gives her a once over, and then just kind of like, okay, all right, reaches into her coat pocket and like turns on the recorder in her phone.
Okay, we're doing that.
Mm.
She does the same. Takes out her phone, also with the recorder. Guess we don't believe in foreplay. That's fine.
Not even a little bit.
You. She looks at Shahid. Actually, she turns hers off. Looks at you, Lenny. Do you mind? Off the record for this first bit.
Fine. Seems off.
I asked about you, she says, looking at Shahid again. Your name carried a lot of respect to a lot of people. But also some real disdain from people too. Seems to be no middle ground with you, Shahid. No middle ground and not a lot of answers either. The closest thing I got, you said you worked in the company, the agency, and you worked for a division I had never heard about. Frankly, sounded made up, but I eventually got the word Special Affairs Division out of someone. And then it became kind of obvious that if I cared about my career, I wouldn't try to find out more about this. Hot, cold, or am I getting fucked with for being new?
You knew?
Yeah.
The Special
First,
Affairs Division started off as the Special Affairs Department, started in 1950. It's real.
What is it?
It starts off as silly things, you know, looking into things that people don't think have a real solution to them. Do you know what I mean? Like Area 51 type shit.
Really? You too?
I'm not saying this stuff.
Yeah,
is
fuck
real.
with the newbie. That's fine. Whatever. We're here to talk business.
Okay.
You're obviously, whatever you are good at it.
Mm.
And I'm hitting some dead ends. And you want to help for some reason? Both of
This is
you?
my
She
time.
looks to use Lenny.
Yeah. My specialty is missing persons, but it's kind of weird to find out that they went missing and came back. Is that correct?
Some, yeah. Um, let's just get to it.
Mhm.
She pulls out a notepad, a fresh one. For the salvage, I gave you the names already, yeah?
So,
I'm not... It's the pattern, right? It's the pattern I'm not getting. I mean, maybe there isn't one, but there's gotta be, right? If all this is truly just random, I don't know. The mayor's son, Dalton Jr., disappeared on a fishing trip. Was gone for over a week and is just back now, doing fine. That's it. Everyone's acting like that's just a normal thing to disappear. I assume they're hiding something. I don't know if you went somewhere or what, but it is what it is. Mayor's son maybe got into some trouble. They're covering it up. Sure. The what's her name? Deborah, the one, I believe you met her. She's a medical examiner, real estate agent. Her husband, Willem, didn't come home from work one day. Claims he was kidnapped and escaped by some crazed hillbillies in the woods.
and do they consider that case closed? Because that sounds like something they need to.
I mean, people looked but didn't find anything. Of course, it all seems suspicious. I don't know, and they don't really trust outsiders here. My interviews with these individuals have not been fruitful. Maybe as individuals with some history here, or maybe at least know these people better and know how to get them to open up, you might have better luck. At this point, I'm running out of options.
Okay.
And she looks over at the table. Oh, and him points to Bill.
Oh yeah.
Was reported missing, but then they said he won the lottery, and then blew it all at a casino, and now he's back. But apparently, I think he still has money because he fucking eats here like this all the time.
Is like in Lenny like side eyes Ill Bill? Like, does he eat like that on a regular basis? Do you know if there's a
Apparently.
baseline for that?
Yeah, I talked to Carl about it. Carl didn't. All Carl really cared about is that he isn't getting his usual anymore. Carl seemed like personally offended that he got his order wrong. Keeps talking about he eats fish now. He never liked fish before. Carl's sweet, but I don't think he's focuses on the right things here.
No.
Then there's the Nettles girl, Daisy. She was lost in a cave. This one's weird. Some people say she was spotted. Some people saw her in town a few nights later. Like,
You mean
multiple witnesses.
You mean Tammy Nettles? She runs a shop?
No, it was her daughter that went missing, though.
Her daughter.
Yeah, her daughter Daisy. Tammy, I talked to. I mean, she's still missing, but a lot of people saw her back. The family swears they never saw her again.
Interesting. Lost in a cave.
And then the Langley boy who just passed. I guess he that one didn't solve itself.
Yeah.
Most recent is Gerald Stein. He was running the Cross Creek campground. He just went missing a few days ago.
Where did he go missing? Do you know?
He just didn't show up to work one day. Now the other guy's running it. And and she's looking at her phone. And maybe there's another one.
What?
So we go to Zilla, Jet, and Blue, who has followed the vehicle to your lawyer's office, where it doesn't take much eavesdropping to figure out that her son Bull is missing. He's supposed to come home. He's supposed to have stayed at a friend's. The friends say he rode his bike back this morning, and he has not returned home. It hasn't been that long. Again, he's supposed to be, but it's like noonish. It's lunchtime. He was supposed to be there in the morning. She's freaking out because she's going on and on about I was too strict on him. So I let him stay the night. It's not even a school. It's a weekend, so I figured it'd be fine. I never let him stay out. I let him stay out, and this happens, of course. She's beside herself. This normally very poised, professional individual you had dealt with before is panicking over her missing son.
Who's she giving this account to?
To Deputy Wells Presley. The sheriff is here as well, but not talking to her at the moment. There's a few officers here. She's there. You can see some other of her families there, as well as like probably some other of the other sort of refugees as well. Sort of that part of the community has come out and sort of support and consoling her, answering questions and whatnot. But yeah, it's not too hard to do a little bit of eavesdropping and get that gist of things.
How does the like law enforcement presence seem to be like taking in the information? Do they seem like receptive, or like are they kind of just
it hasn't been long enough. It's truly just been a couple hours. He's probably off fucking around somewhere. They're being respectful. Deputy Wells is Presley is an empathetic individual.
Right.
You can see he's like her emotions are getting to him, and he's trying to like tell her it's going to be okay. It's nothing to worry about. He's just trying to say like it's fine, not in like a dismissive way, like don't worry about it, but more in a comforting way of like I'm sure everything's okay. And he's hoping that's true. You can tell. They're sort of dancing around the fact that they can't really do anything now. They can't and she knows this. She's a lawyer. They can't officially call it a missing persons or whatnot. They don't understand.
24 hours.
Yeah, like she knows her son. She knows there's something wrong. But they're like, man, you know the law. You're a lawyer. You know we can't do anything about it yet. So it's not really getting anywhere. It's sort of at this stalemate now.
Doesn't have to be 24 hours if he's under 18. You can put out an Amber Alert if you're concerned.
Jed is going to look at you both and be like, if we can get Braxton something that smells like him, we might be able to use his nose.
Blue saying, because this is an ample time for Blue to do something that I couldn't do before. I would love to utilize my improvised gear discipline here, or not discipline, but my edge. Here.
Yeah,
my
what are you doing with it?
I would like to, utilizing an old MP3 that you see Blue pull out of a bag, make like a not complicated, not super like comprehensive, nothing like too detailed, but I would like to make a like a tracker of some sorts, like something that like puts out, it's like an MP3 player with a radio on it, so it puts out a frequency, so I can like tune into that frequency and kind of see where it's at. If you think that's possible. Yeah.
Improvised gear. Create short-lived equipment from ordinary items. So give you 2 dice bonus on a single skill. So you want to create something that will help essentially with you to listen in on, I assume, like the police chatter.
Yes. Yeah. Something like.
So give me your edge
not
test.
As out in the open. As
we'll do. We can make this science. This edge test is intelligence science.
Perfect. Okay. All right.
5 successes. That's a critical. 7 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Not an easy thing. This is a difficulty 4 roll for the edge, but you surpass it and then some. So not only with a critical do you do this very quickly, instantly able to sort of tune into the sort of glancing at some of the cars, seeing what frequency they're on, adjusting your device to match that, doing all of this quite discreetly and quickly as Jet's letting you know about Braxton. Zilla's sort of saying her piece, but listening in as well. You hear the chatter. You can hear that they're not it hasn't been long enough, but they've got someone over at the friend's house. The friends are also saying, yeah, he left. They all saw him leave. He left this morning on his bike. They have a potential location that they might be able to follow to see where. Essentially, by listening to where he was and supposed to be going, you can kind of pinpoint, like, okay, here's the road he would have been going on had he been going where he's supposed to be going. You might be able to use that to find out where he deviated.
The first, and Blue's like kind of like listening, and Blue is like mumbling to themselves, and then pulls out their phone and starts typing in like information, being like, here, need to find places. We need to find public places that have camera footage, places that have anything like that.
It was outside of town, sort of in a residential area. He was going into town, so he didn't make it. There's nowhere he would have passed that would have footage unless someone's home happened to have
like a ring
camera at their home.
Something.
Which
not even like traffic cameras or anything.
No,
not in this small of too small of a town for traffic cameras.
Yeah, it's
probably have a tank. They probably have a tank and like tear gas. But no,
yeah, they got what they need. But and then you pick up another voice too. It's saying just to be safe, I'll send someone out. A voice you recognize. This is a Stone. You're not sure why he's on the police radio, but he assures them, just to be safe, I'll send someone to investigate as well. This seems to potentially happen near his property, so he has an investment in making sure that the poor child didn't get lost on his grounds.
Yeah, Blue's typing all this out, and then Blue just says, "Motherfucker."
All right, what are the rest of you doing? You have this information. You got the dog. You got options. And meanwhile, actually, while you think about that at the cafe, you'd get updated with as much. Agent Renair is saying, oh, there might be potentially another missing. It hasn't been long enough, but yeah, she'll let you know that they're responding to a call that the lawyer is claiming her son is now missing.
Just happened.
Well, he was supposed to be there. It's been a few hours.
Is he younger than 18? Because they can do an Amber Alert.
Yeah. The Amber Alert's going out, but seems to be about it.
This is all
Good.
But yeah, that's all I have for you. And if you have any questions, you need any more information, I can see what I could do in my capacity. But I'm hitting a roadblock with the actual people, the actual legwork part.
Mind if I ask you a question that's going to verge on the kind of cruel?
My
What
morbid
did you do
curiosity. Yeah.
What did you do to get stuck out here? I mean, you're a young agent. You're capable.
From around here, the other Arkansas side.
I see. Yeah, that'd do it.
A lot of weird things happen in these parts. I've had some personal run-ins with some of the more secluded religious groups, and I don't want to see something like that happen again. That's why I got into this.
the C word. Is that what we're talking about right now?
Church, yes.
Not quite what I meant, but kind of similar anyway.
I think what Lenny's referring to are cults.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a concentration of them. The isolation, the fear of outsiders, fundamentalist beliefs. It's sort of a perfect storm for people who get swept into dangerous situations.
Have you looked into the stones?
I have. Weird, but clean on paper.
question, actually. Any place where you know of where people went missing, are they anywhere near stone property?
Um, um, necessarily, I guess Dalton. The river he claimed to be fishing on borders their property.
Mm-hmm. What about that cave?
No.
Okay, take a shot. And like Lenny's gonna kind of look over back to Ill Bill actually for a quick second before like looking to Shahid and it's like Evan.
I thought we don't talk about Evan.
And then she like eyes over to Ill Bill who's like downing another plate, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here's gonna be another weird question. But I promise you, I'm not just playing fool the new agent. Black feathers.
There was one found on the Langley kid. Yeah.
Yeah,
But he's the only one who's shown up deceased.
dead. All right. We'll look into this for you. I think we probably should talk to Bill first, right, Lenny?
Yeah, I think so. I think we should do that.
And hey, kidding aside, SAD is a nightmare from which no one escapes. So, it's probably a good idea to avoid talking about it to people in the know. You ask the wrong questions, they'll get pissed.
This could this could affect some things. You don't have leadership. You got that one persuasion dot. You're gonna have to keep leaning on here. Yeah, give me the charisma persuasion.
What if I didn't? Here's the shot.
You don't have to.
I could choose to fail the roll. One success. That's not much.
She looks at you, Lenny. You have a good read on her this whole time from your initial insight. Shahid, she seems to heed your advice. But Lenny, you see that sparks some sort of curiosity. You recognize it because you get that all the time. Someone tells you, "Hey, seriously, don't look into this." Okay.
But why not?
Exactly. You see that seed planted in her as she takes her leave.
And like Lenny watches her and then looks back to Shaheen and is like, you're not. She's gonna do the opposite of what you said now, right?
I just warned her not to do that. Do
Reverse
people not take me seriously or something?
Reverse psychology. It's not about being taken seriously. It's like the concept of telling a kid, like, hey, I'm a cop when they're getting ready to go to a party they shouldn't be at. Like, you probably shouldn't do that either.
First off, that is a grown-ass woman right there. She's not a child.
Similar situation. I'm like, hey, don't do the thing. Don't do it. It's curious. It's saucy. But don't do it. I promise. You'll thank me. You think that she's not going to be curious and look into it even just a little bit?
Girls
Wouldn't
can
you?
get herself killed.
Wouldn't you?
Well, unfortunately for all of us, I chose to become a cop, so there's something called chain of command I have to constantly worry about. Not that that ever served me good. God, I hate cops.
All right, what's the move for Shahid and Lenny from here?
Probably
Bill.
talk to Bill.
Yeah, probably talk to Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, you could. Or the Billy looks up. Over. Shahid, Lenny. God damn, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But please pull up a chair. Shit. Yeah, you want that? He kind of offers you some like. I still got some fries here. He pulls over like a half-eaten plate of fries. By all means, he does take some and put them in his mouth.
It's all good.
The hell's up with you two?
Well, we're here for Malfana, she passed. I don't know if you know.
Damn, no, I did not. That is I'm sorry for your loss and all that.
Thank you.
I mean, if you're not gonna eat him, he kind of pulls the plate of fries
Oh, yeah,
back towards him, and
by all means, go have
By
it.
all means, yeah.
Well, we're
by
also
all
here for you.
means.
But we're here for you. We're checking in on you. We heard that you went missing.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Lenny
ran
like reaches
into
into her coat and like turn on her recorder again.
yeah. Ran into a bad of good luck. Then I ran into about a bad luck. You know how it is. The dent curse, as they call it. Can't fucking get ahead in this damn town.
The dent luck.
What happened while you were gone, huh? How'd you run afoul of whatever curse?
I mean, I was running hot. I was running really, really hot till I wasn't. They just kept bringing me drinks. You know, one thing led to another. I wasn't paying attention. Next thing I know, I'm getting thrown out of the casino on my ass. Is it that one in Oklahoma? Y'all know it on the res. It's fucking hate that. I always do bad there, but keep going back.
So you won the lottery, huh?
Yeah. Pretty wild. Nothing like huge. I mean, huge for us, because I mean we don't have shit. But like nothing newsworthy. You know, I ain't got it like you two.
Hey, you know what's weird? I was just thinking about ordering the fish here, and then I remembered. Well, no, I remember Bill doesn't order the fish.
Oh no, the catfish sandwich. I just finished one. I'm getting ready to order another. I could put in one for you.
Seems like a sudden change of diet, man. Something up?
Oh, fish is good for you. They got omega levels. Out the wazoo.
Question, Keeper. What was his diet before? What did he normally order?
We
What
didn't
was
know what his regular was.
We didn't know what his regular was.
Yeah, I don't think you would know.
I don't think we would know. Okay.
The agent just said that Carl mentioned that he changed it.
Okay. What did you normally order from here? Before? I mean, just curious. You know me, I have like the
I don't
chocolate sauce.
know.
You don't know?
Well, that's an easy problem solved. Carl.
Carl's like right there.
Oh, Carl, hi.
You used to love my omelets.
Can we get a round of that then? Can we get?
Oh, actually, I developed an allergy quite recently. You see, as your omega levels rise, it gets out a lot of the impurities, such as the egg proteins. Yeah, no thank you. I am allergic, and if you order it and put it on my table, I will consider that assault, and you know I'll sue your ass.
What kind of money are you gonna sue people for? Man, you spent it all at the res, remember?
You got me. You've always been sharp as a fucking whip. All right. Well, it's been nice catching up with the both of you.
Of course it has.
Don't let me hold you.
Last question. Before you won the lottery, I know like you probably like put in a lotto ticket. Like, how did you win the lottery? What was this thing?
How did I win the lottery?
Yeah, did you put in like you buy a ticket? Did you like score big? Like where'd the money come from? What lottery?
Looks at you, Shahid.
Oh no, I'm curious. You know me, I'm a big scratch off fan.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
scratch and win.
Yeah, you
like,
buy a ticket. That's what. You not know what the lottery is?
Of course
They-
I do, but like, where'd you get the lottery ticket from? How did that work?
Gas station.
hmm
Come and go.
Other question: did you talk to someone before the lottery ticket?
Man, I don't. What do you want it? I mean, the money's gone. If you're trying to like get in with me,
I don't
I'm
want
sorry.
your money. Chill out. It's just a question.
Oh, so you just want me for me? Then we could talk.
Bill, come on. You knew us since we were kids. You gonna really be Bill the perv right now?
I mean,
I
I'm just reading the vibes here, man. She's the one talking. She doesn't want my money, and then what does she want? Because I ain't got much else.
Just answer the question, and we'll talk later, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. That was ages ago.
I look at Lenny with one eyebrow raised to the ceiling.
So you don't remember talking to anyone right before you bought that lottery ticket?
I'm very confused by your line of questioning here. This is the weirdest flirting I've ever seen in my life. Is that how you guys do it in the city?
Well, no, in the city we get.
Here
I
we're up
suppose.
front. You fancy someone, you let them know. And consider this me letting you know. Actually, I might have talked to someone. If you want to go get drinks later, we can talk about what I talked about.
Yeah, you know what? I would love that, Bill. You and me, just you and me, without letting in the way. Of course. I'd be thrilled.
No, I mean,
I don't.
wait, are you two?
Oh no. Oh no. She's spoken for.
I am. I mean, I
Yeah,
am.
totally.
Yeah. Z and I, since 3 years back.
Zilla?
Like when he like looks.
Look, I don't mean to insult you, but she's always been a right bitch. If I don't say so myself, and it doesn't seem that it's gotten any worse or better.
Hey.
I should say. I heard
And
she's
when
like
you
a
like
big
accidentally
city.
like kick him in the shin, like oh, like and she like stands up, like oh man, look at the time.
He winks at
and-
you.
Okay.
That's the kind of forwardness I'm used to. All right, well, good luck with
Weird
Z.
man. She just stands.
She let you call her Z? Can I call her Z? Does make her seem a little more
Sure. Would you
palpable.
like to get kicked in the nuts, Bill?
Usually got to pay for that, but I mean, y'all are wild. You know what? I'm glad you're back in town. You guys used to be kind of fucking boring, if I remember right. But hey, glad to have you.
Thanks. Finish eating your large plate of fries.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah. Come on.
All right, I'll see you around.
What do you mean I'm taken?
What are you talking about? Anyway, about like the whole egg elephant.
Back at the lawyer's office. What's going on here?
Does it seem like they're ending their interview with the lawyer? The
Not
mama?
really. Like she won't like. Presley's not like cutting her off, and there's nothing
Right.
else to do, and she's not like giving up.
Letting
So,
it go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push my way
Is-
through.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's time to go in.
Yeah.
If the cops
We
aren't
can't-
going away, it's time to go in.
We can't.
Yeah.
Like Blue's like we can't. We just had an interaction and we can't. We're ambulance
yeah,
chasing
yeah.
right now.
It's fine. We're
Yeah,
okay.
I got it. I got a thing.
Yeah. Presley looks over. Oh,
Gotta go.
Zilla, Jet.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm not here to see you
she.
though.
Oh, she's
You're not
going
gonna say
through
hello to
something right
that-
now.
Braxton?
Yeah, I
You're not
know,
gonna say
but,
hello to
like,
Braxton?
The lawyer's work never ends. So I'm gonna have to borrow you real
Oh,
fast.
Zilla, don't try to. Wait, me?
I know. No, not
No,
you.
not you.
Yeah,
What?
no.
She's potentially mid.
Yeah,
Your
go-
son's
go-
fine, but she's
Yeah, I-
no. That's
Yeah,
that's
go
rude
make
as
your
hell.
report.
Zilla.
Go make your report. Go make your report.
I'm doing my job right now. I
Yeah,
think
walk
what's
away
the
and
what's the
make
word?
your report.
Interference? There's interference right now.
What are we interfering with?
Hey,
You making your report? Go do it.
Presley,
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing something on my run this morning. I can
Yeah, he runs. So you should talk to
Can-
him.
give you
God,
an update.
you guys suck at social things. What do
We
you-
do. We really
purpose.
do. We really
Blue.
do.
Give me You don't have subterfuge. You're lying. So this
I
will just
don't.
be straight.
Is me being annoying enough to
Manipulation?
make him leave good?
I'll give you a roll as well. Which also you don't have anything to go towards
I'm,
this.
I'm
so really, you're
purposely
just
being
hurting.
the worst person to make him leave.
And he wants to protect this grieving woman from the worst person.
So you know, my creed is entrepreneurial. So it's all about inventing and augmenting things. Some might say that I'm
Reality?
inventing or augmenting the truth. Okay, no, okay, all right. Let's just
Inventing the truth is a new one.
Augmenting reality.
Oi, oi. Okay.
fucking
I deny.
Let's see what you got. I you know
One
what? I will
success.
lower the difficulty by 1 because of Zilla's interference as we put.
So
Uh,
fucking
success.
annoying.
Let's
One
go,
success. is not enough. You'll need 1 more if you want to try to do that.
Oh god damn it. Okay. Willpower.
Question:
Oh,
Did we
that
get any of our
beautiful
willpower back?
Yes, I've already given yours back.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Oh wait,
Nope.
known. Yeah. Look, I get you're all trying to like you got lawyer stuff, but give her some time to like. She's going through something.
Can we let the lady answer for herself?
Yeah, you can see she doesn't like is not interested in talking about whatever you want to talk about right now because
I'm not going to like while they're talking to Presley, whatever his name is. I'm just gonna go up to her, like, listen, ma'am, I can find your son. My dog is really fucking smart. If you give me something of his, he can sniff him out.
She looks at you like tears in her eyes, blinks them back. This. She looks at your dog. We have nothing else.
What do you got to lose?
Yeah. I have, yeah. I have his jacket, which of course he didn't wear that I asked him to. Yeah, and she'll go inside and come out with a jacket for you to let Braxton sniff.
As I notice that she's actually paying attention to him in this conversation, I want to like adjust and kind of make a big scene to distract from like that participation there, largely keeping an eye on the sheriff.
Yeah, you're really just dealing with the deputy here, Presley.
Okay.
The sheriff
Not paying
is
attention.
the
at all?
others have no. The sheriff is around. You don't know where he is right now, but you definitely like he was here a second ago. Most of the others have left to like go find to look.
Mhm. Then I'm gonna harass the deputy to find out where the sheriff went and why he's not here on the scene and taking care of things and like really protecting his people. Isn't that what we?
I don't know. I'm doing my
elected to
job.
do?
He's doing his
Well-
job. Why
well,
are you
where
so
is he?
mean, Zilla? This is a very
Where is that?
Where
delicate
is he? And
situation.
I start speaking
Been a
to
long day
the
for
crowd
everybody.
of.
I hate to say it, but I think one or two of the things I've heard about you might be true.
That's not.
What
really
are those
nice to make
things?
those assumptions.
That you're mean. You're a mean person.
Okay,
Oh, that's not what I've heard. I've heard I'm a bitch, and you're about to find out why you've heard that.
Oh, please, an
Uh,
officer of.
Where
Uh,
where
That's another law.
Where's
So
the
this is happening. He doesn't know. Jet Braxton sniffs the jacket she brings you for her sun bowl. What else is happening here?
Blue is like standing behind Z, like just like mumbling to, like trying to like interject, but knowing it's not going to do any use
No.
around here. It's just like that's not really. I mean, he's kind of doing the best they can. We're not really going to do this. I would like to, while they're bickering and Jet's doing fucking Scooby Doo shit. I would kind of like to move to like the back of the crowd, back towards the Denali. But I would like to. Is this at the law office?
Yes.
And is it in a strip mall?
No, is that so? There's one street. There's pretty much Main
It's
Street.
one street.
Any
Okay, is it-
building business is pretty much on this street, besides the cafe. So this is
its
on.
own. It's its own building.
Yes. Well, yeah.
It's
the
part of a
buildings
row
like,
of buildings.
yeah, the buildings are touching each
Okay.
other, but it's one of those. Yeah.
What two businesses is her law office nestled in between?
The one next to it is unused, as many of these buildings are. The
Yeah.
one on the other side is the African grocery store.
Perfect. Blue is going to go to the African grocery store.
Okay.
And I am going to. Is there like a? I know a lot of people are there to support her and everything, but is there like a cashier or like a manager? You know how like
Anyone who
old,
would be
like,
in there is out.
fucking perfect. Okay, I would like to find if there's an office someplace.
Absolutely.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the back is actually sort of like a, not exactly a restaurant, but they serve food out of the back as well. So there's that, and there's some storage, and there's like a little, quite cluttered, but there is an office in the back.
Perfect. Computers, anything like that?
They got a
okay.
old desktop hooked up there.
Security camera footage, anything like that that might be pointed outside that might catch the law office or anything?
Yes, this place does have security footage because When
Perfect.
they first came to the town, there was some tension. So
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to capture the last 24 hours of footage from
Mhm.
that camera and kind of put it like just kind of copy it, download it. I'm also going to just check phone records, like if there's like a caller ID or anything like that, and see if there's any calls recently to this area from like the police or anything like that. And essentially what I want to do is I just want to see if there's anybody that was lurking around the law offices that shouldn't have been. And I just want to see if there's anybody going in and out, like if there's any stones going in and out, the sheriff's going in and out, if
give me
there's
a
anybody
wits
hanging around there.
technology.
Perfect. Perfect. Roll's gonna be so fucking high, you won't even believe it. Look at it. 3 successes out of 7 dice.
So you asked to do a lot, and you get the first thing you asked for. You managed to copy the last
Mhm.
24 hours. You don't have time to like look at that right now, obviously,
Okay.
but you
Perfect.
managed to get it on. You carry flash drives and things like that on you. The
Mhm.
computer's not the fastest, so it takes a little bit of time, but you do manage to get the footage. Oh, actually, no, this would be like a tape. You straight up
Yeah.
like grab a few of the tapes
Yeah.
that seem to be the last 24 hours, and you have that.
Perfect. I am then going to go to. There's nobody in the back serving food or anything like that?
No, so everyone who would be here is like stepped out to like.
I'm gonna
Figure
grab
this
a
one was-
20 spot. I'm gonna leave it on the counter, and I'm gonna grab a pint of Jollof rice, and then maybe some like ikuru or something like that. So just some good fucking food, and then just kind of
Amazing.
like wrap it up myself, but like leave a 20 spot, maybe a tip in a tip jar, and then just
Mhm.
discreetly put the tape in the food bag in between the two like containers, and then
Okay. Yeah.
just kind of like
Yep. You sneak out with what you need. Shahid and Lenny, what would be your next stop after this?
I mean, we just heard that the lawyer lost a kid.
Yeah, I think we would go immediately to them at that, especially
Yeah.
since it's new.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like we have like spider senses tingling that like they probably are not great with talking to people, and
Mhm.
we
You're
just
probably
left them
hoping
to their own
they're not there. They were supposed to go to the Epiphany home. You're praying
Yeah.
that they actually did that, where there's no people.
That's a good point. Like we were like, you know
Yeah.
what? Yeah, let's.
But sure enough, yeah, you arrive. You see the busted Denali, and you see Zilla, the deputy, on the verge of tears, a broken man, being berated in the street by Z, as she's recently become.
What did you do?
Blue has cartons of food, has some takeout, and Jet is like talking to Braxton.
hey, what's up, guys? Okay, I got some jollof rice. There's some kalishi here. They didn't have a lot of dodo, but I got a little bit for myself. I don't mind sharing it. I also found a tape that might have something that could really help us out. She's fucking killing this guy over there.
Did we
It
have
is
like 3 different conversations?
Yeah, I
on
feel like we did. What does the food have anything to do with the current situation right
Oh,
now?
I just figured, you know, after a conversation with somebody, you might be a little peckish.
But you
I don't-
led with that. You led with it.
We'll say, for the sake of brevity, you catch up Shahid and Lenny.
Yes,
Yeah,
oh, totally,
yeah.
totally. But let's just be like,
the
I'm
deputy eventually goes back to trying to talk to the lawyer. You've done your job, so the deputy is none the wiser of all this other shit going on. His feelings are irreparably hurt.
He should have just told me where the representative of the people who's elected to take care of this kind of thing is, but he can't, so that's not my problem.
Excuse me, deputy. I need to talk to our lawyer for like a split second.
No.
He doesn't want you to do that. He doesn't.
This is about legal matters, sir. If you don't like it,
I don't know how I respected you, Shahid. I don't know how you could be
lost
with
his
someone
son.
like that. He looks to
Lost his
Zilla.
son.
Be with someone like that?
what is happening?
What?
How
Um,
far do rumors travel in this
Apparently
town?
fast. What the hell?
rumor?
Yeah, apparently you and I are dating. Hold on.
Wait, are
Uh,
you?
Ma'am, we're not. Ma'am, I kind of want to talk about my dead relatives.
Wait,
No.
y'all are dating?
Jet, how far out of the fucking loop are
who,
you?
who are you trying to talk to, Shahid?
The lawyer.
Yeah, she's like, I'm consider me closed right now. If you could help, Jet said he's gonna help with the situation.
Yeah.
That would be appreciated. And then we can talk about
Yeah, we should
legal
probably
stuff.
go. I want to get to work. Braxton seems to be on and ready.
Yeah, I'd like the sooner you can figure this out, the better. Please, thank you.
Okay, yes, but if she wrote down anything about what her next wishes were, just here, and I give her my number.
Did he leave from here?
No, he left. You know where the friend's house is that he
I've
left
got-
from.
And I've got like a
So we're going to
location.
go to the friend's house and we're going to start from there. Cool.
Wow.
Are we going to make anyone terrified along the way?
Essentially,
Gonna make
yeah,
another
see?
police officer cry?
Is this like a tally that you tally up how many people you can upset in one day?
I paid for it.
Not you.
Oh,
We're supposed to keep count?
yeah, I have like a whole family. I have to go terrorize here in a second. Their last name is
Her.
like,
That's
Rock.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. We should probably, I say this away from like everyone that's around. We should probably start near the Stone residence. Right, Blue?
yeah. One of the Stones was on the police van talking and kind of giving directions to the police. So
Yeah.
Right.
So you're going to the Stone residence, or you're going to his last known location?
I think
will,
we're splitting again.
yeah,
Oh God.
I'll go to the last known location. Who's coming with me?
I'm going.
We gotta
Um,
find this kid.
I will go somewhere else. Like there's I will go with I'll go to the last known location of the kid.
We arrived, all got together at once, and we're like, you know what? Bye-bye, that was enough.
So my plan is to. I've got that triangulated area that's the last known location. I was gonna have Pee Wee search because that's what Pee Wee is for. Pee Wee is for scouting and
Your drone.
like
Yeah.
the drone. So
Between
I
your
mean,
drone and my dog, we're gonna find this kid.
we've got a
Or
whole
what's left of him.
So is
Okay.
everyone going that way, or are you letting Zilla go off to confront the Stones?
Look, Jet, why don't you go with Zilla? I'll take Blue here with his drone
We-
and Lenny.
The dog.
I have
The dog has to
Braxton.
look things.
Yeah. He's
That's
gonna
my
put
point.
out.
We got a drone, you got a dog.
Lenny, you're really good at talking to people, right?
Yes, I am.
I'm not gonna
That's
talk
why.
to anyone unless they try to cause a problem, and I need to make
But
a
you
scene
always
about
think
how the
someone's going to cause a
sheriff.
problem at any given point most of the time.
I'm sorry, is my name Jet?
That's
Hold
fair.
up now. Wait a second. How,
I think
when
we just
when
all
did I come
forgot
into this?
who is
All
causing
right.
scenes without
That is-
purpose versus causing scenes with purpose.
Wait, there is a purpose to my causing scenes because I'm not trying to cause scenes.
Is anybody gonna eat this funcaso?
Yes.
Okay,
I-
who's
My go.
going to the last known, going to his friend's house where he was last seen, which is also near the area where you would need to search for him? Is Jet, Blue, Lenny, Shahid?
I'll go with Zilla.
You should
You don't
probably
have
go
to.
with
Everyone's
Zilla.
gonna think we're
That's a-
dating. I don't need
We're the happy
to
couple.
even fucking start. No, I'm not going to cause the only reason the only reason I was causing a scene was because
Zilla, Z.
those are the people who could
They're going to
potentially
piss
vote
you
him
off.
out of office.
They're going to piss you off,
And
and
You
you're going
surprised?
to fight back.
They think that frogs are gay.
Listen,
But
you
what?
can't pretend that you're not like me.
Blue, what?
we are very similar,
the whole
and I
thing.
don't pretend that we aren't.
Well, you
I'm
are
just
now
saying,
because you
I'm-
just called me out like I'm the one who started shit.
Wasn't I
You
the one who
start
called you out?
shit.
Not on purpose. I start shit on purpose.
That's
the
that's a title that can be shared between the both of you. Okay, there's a
Oh.
missing kid, and we really
Yeah, the
I've got,
time-
I know,
You guys
like,
go
I've
do
got
things.
contractors that are showing up to lay about
All
know
right.
100
All
to
right,
300
Jet,
feet of
Blue,
wire.
and Lenny get in a vehicle and leave towards his last location.
Lenny, you want to drive?
Yeah,
Shahid
I'll
and
drive.
Zilla. What's your approach? So that The stone's
As soon as you
own
say
a
that, Jet opens this flask.
No, what the-
massive
Smash
swath
it out
of
of
land.
his hand.
Are you trying to like get to like the compound, like the house? You're trying to like sneak through a property line somewhere.
My plan was just to like go around the edge, like try to figure out about where.
So that's going to be like trekking through the woods. Actually, near the edge. So one of the roads kind of borders it, and that's where the others are heading. Because that's why the stone person on the radio is
Right.
saying that's near my property. So you want to go. You'd essentially be heading to the same location, unless you want to try to go to like the stones themselves.
No, I just wanted to go near like the edge of the property where they were essentially looking. The stones were looking.
Okay. So you guys get in one car, the other three get another. As you pull out in your Denali, you do see a few people look at you two in the car together and sort of look at each other, and, and as you guys take off.
I don't know what the fuck you guys did. But
It
now
wasn't.
you're right in the car with the person actively rallying against the current sheriff. So you're welcome.
Who do you want the next sheriff to be at this point?
I don't give a fuck. Not him.
I don't disagree, but
Maybe you. I heard Blue talking about maybe like making a poster for you or something. I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
Well, you're already a cop. Like,
I was a cop. I left the police. Left.
Hmm.
What makes you think I want to become another police member? I didn't switch jobs. And that would require an election. Who would vote for me? Whitey McWhitey and... Sorry, my apologies. The
you
Stones?
apologize to me.
I don't know.
Obviously, the Stones won't vote for you because the Stones and the sheriff are in cahoots. Whatever kind of cahoots, magical or otherwise, that is.
The Stones have always had power in this town. That's not news.
Yeah. So does the fucking elected authorities who never run against.
Well, no one runs against them because everyone's afraid of getting in the Stones' way.
Yeah, well, we fucking take down the sheriff and the Stones at the same time. So obviously, me causing a scene at a place where the sheriff was and was supposed to be, and was supposed to be taking care of the people, whether they look like him or not. I don't know. You can cause me, like, call me someone causing a scene, or recognize that maybe I want to stick around here and change shit.
That's the thing, though. You stand up too loud too frequently, you may not be able to. I mean, you saw how Mai was acting. There's something else going on here. I'm the type to play nice until things get really sour, you know? When I want them to think I'm close to them, to think I like them. So that way I can see what they're trying to hide from the people they don't trust. We just wanted back into town. We're basically newcomers again. Also, I might have told Bill that we were dating, but it was not like a serious thing. I was joking around, and Lenny said something
When did
about
you see Bill?
He's one of the people who went missing. Lenny said I was
I
taken
obviously
for some
know that.
reason. Yeah. So he was sitting at Carl's, and we're like, let's talk to him. He's right there. So we talked to him. And, you know, I was joking with him. He was trying to hit on Lenny, so I said, oh, are you hitting on me? And Lenny said, no, he's not hitting on you. You're taken. And I'm like, who am I taken by? And then I made
Taken
up
by
this...
me?
Apparently.
Then how did he hear about it already?
I don't know. News travels.
They
in
have
the
fucking a loudspeaker? What?
I mean, it was Bill Dent.
So with this, actually, you guys, we'll cut to Jet, Blue, and Lenny, who've pulled up to a trailer on a little plot of land along one of the couple roads that lead in and out of this town. This was Bull's last known location, where he was staying with some friends. You immediately recognize the car in the driveway, or one of them. There's a car and a truck in the driveway. The car you ran into heading into the party. There was that car you passed with the teenagers that were kicked out. It's that vehicle.
Oh, this is a coincidence.
Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, so that's very convenient. Oh
Mhm.
God, did they go out to Shadow Lake and they get taken by something? Are there fish people in Shadow Lake? Never mind.
You
Maybe.
good?
Well, seeing how all of our past interactions have happened when I've gotten out of a car, which seems to be the safest place for me, even though it might cause a wreck, I think maybe I should stay in here and have Pee Wee kind of follow along with y'all. Do you think maybe, Lenny, you should check with the family, and Jet, you start having Braxton sniff the area? But like, don't go off by yourself because like you never know, something might happen. Whatever. And I don't. Why am I talking so much?
Blue.
Is anybody
I
else's
mean,
hands
it
clenched?
was a good idea.
Take a
Blue.
breath.
Okay.
Take a breath. It was a good move. Those were good
Braxton
ideas.
is gonna go and find the kid.
Okay.
You keep an eye on Braxton from the sky because I will not be able to keep up.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I can totally do that.
Thank you.
Are you searching from here, or are you talking to these individuals?
This is like the family of not like the kid that went missing, but like the place that he went missing from. Like,
Yes, these were the friends he was staying with.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'll go talk to them. As I'm walking up, I would like to do sense the unnatural while I'm like walking up before I knock on the door.
Okay.
Hello.
Sense the unnatural
What's
is an
it called?
edge with a roll that is as follows. Sense the unnatural, holding an object of focus, which for you is amulet.
Mhm.
You can sense the presence of supernatural creatures. Edge test, difficulty 3 to 5, depending on what this is, which I will know. But this is going to be a wits occult roll for you.
Okay.
There's 2 successes,
Mhm.
which is not 3 to 5.
I'm gonna re-roll one.
Yeah, do a willpower reroll. You can reroll 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Which makes it 3. So, pausing for a moment right in front of the front door, holding on to this amulet, reaching out with your senses, you don't get that feeling. You don't get that weird feeling that something's off, that something doesn't belong. Everything seems normal.
Okay. Like she takes a breath of relief on that one, and then she goes up to the door and knocks on it.
Yeah. You're met by Mickey, who was driving the car before. A young black teenager. She's got the buns in her hair. She just sort of you knock like twice before the door opens. She looks at you. What?
Hey, can I come in?
Why?
Your friend went missing, and I have questions.
Oh, we already talked to the cops.
I'm
Oh,
not the cops.
and you could see like the other people in the car are just like around the living room, which you could just see right into. And one of them goes like, "No, remember they're cops too." The bearded
I'm not
dude.
a cop.
Wait, so we don't have to talk to you?
I mean, I own a podcast, and I can record y'all, and you can be on my next recording if you want to.
Yeah, one of the other ones like, he's like, no, for real, like it's a pretty fucking cool podcast. It's actually about people that go missing, and we know someone who went missing. And Mickey just sort of looks back at him. Give me a wits insight.
Okay. Let's see. Oh.
5 successes.
Well.
Mickey looks at him, and some of the others sort of look at him, and she's like, yeah, I guess we do know a missing person. We should totally talk about it.
Mhm.
You could tell there's something going, like they're hiding something. There's something that very specifically they're trying to keep among themselves. But also with that insight, you kind of can spot the weak link in the one that seems familiar with your podcast and excited to talk to you. Though a wave of like realization hits him, and he's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like
Oh,
he
so
was
you listen. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Mickey goes, "Yeah, come in. My name's Mickey. Who are you?" And the person goes, "That's Lenny." "Oh, first name basis. Cool. Yeah." She just kind of points around the room. Donnie, Minnie, Wacky, Mars. We all have cool nicknames. It's whatever.
It is pretty cool, actually. And she like struts in, like she like walks in front of the one that like knew who she is, the podcast. Like, so you listen to my podcast?
Yeah,
Huh?
that's the one she pointed to who goes by Wacky.
Wacky. And a cool
And
name too.
thank you. They gave it to me to make fun of me, but like I like it.
You're all have really cool names. It's like there's a whole vibe going on, synergy or whatever the heck. Yeah, this is really awesome.
Yeah. So like, what brought you to town in the first place? Was it the Tunnel Man?
The tunnel man?
Or was it this? Did you know that?
No.
This would make sense.
Came for a death in the family, actually, but there seems to be a whole bunch of missing people that keep on returning. So that's a curious mystery,
Oh,
isn't
so
it?
like the next season of your podcast is gonna be like found people. Okay.
Kind of. Like they're going missing under mysterious circumstances and coming back.
Yeah, this Mickey sort of interrupts and yeah, I'll relay to you what we told the other people. Bull was here. He spent the night. We hung out. Everything we did was super legal. In the morning, he hopped on
Sure.
his bike. He went home.
Home. He didn't make it home.
He didn't. But I know sometimes he likes to like just sort of like chill. He's kind of got like a stressful home life. Honestly, this whole fucking town's stressful. And I think he's probably just like meditating, chilling. We do that actually. We're actually pretty spiritual and stuff. He's probably just doing that. So like just don't worry about it. And if I guess
What did he tell you?
you have to wait
Like,
24 hours anyway. So you should just
again.
wait and then like worry about it. There's nothing to worry about now.
Mickey,
What?
you do know that like another kid was found dead, right?
Yeah, that sucks. But that's like Bull's fine. Just wait and I'm sure
Do you
he'll
really
pop
want
up
to
somewhere.
like do you really want to have that mentality and thinking that like everything just will be okay if you don't dig into it a little bit more? Or are you gonna tell me what happened exactly this morning?
Give me. Oh, you actually could talk to people. Give me a charisma persuasion.
Yes, I can.
And I'm gonna.
Oh, that's you.
Or you don't have a background for like fame or influence, so that wouldn't affect it. But yeah, just straight charisma persuasion.
Persuasion.
4 successes. She's like, yeah, we're not like worried about it. It hasn't been that long. You should just like wait the 24 hours. Like that's what you're supposed to do. Then Wacky says, let's like, she's like actually super important. Let's not waste her time. He's not missing. She just sort of like looks at him and some of the others look at him. She's like, he ran away. He's not going to be back.
He ran away because of his home life.
I mean, his family's actually pretty cool. His mom's really cool. I know he like feels super bad about it, but like, this town will fucking like chew you up and spit you out. So like,
I get
wanted
that
to get
vibe.
out, and he had the means to do so. So he got out.
What were those means? Just took his bike and just kept going?
We all pitched in and got him like a bus ticket.
Oh.
I've been
Okay.
ripping off the 8th graders and like selling weed for like way more than it's worth. And
Right. I'll make sure that that's cut out of the podcast. Just FYI.
I mean, don't put this in your podcast. It's not. Yeah. And Wacky says technically this isn't a missing person.
Yeah,
so,
like it's not a missing person. If you bought a bus ticket for him and he left, is he expected to come back or he's just taking a moment?
No, he'll check in when he's like got to the next spot, but like it's fine. Just like give
Okay.
him some time to like actually get some distance, you know?
That's totally understandable. Well, if that's the case, and you're waiting for the check-in, and like she like pulls out like a business card, and it's like, if he doesn't make his check-in, she like gives business card over. Call me, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you for being honest with me. And if he makes that check-in, then this isn't a thing to report, and he's safe and he's fine.
Yeah, no, he just wanted to get away.
All right. Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks for being cool about this.
Of course.
Like, you shouldn't waste your time here. This place sucks. We're all sort of taught, like, if this works out for him, we'll all probably get the fuck out of here.
Is this like have people tried to run away before?
Yeah, I mean, people talk about it all the time.
Does it not work?
I don't know. It's hard. Shit's expensive.
Okay. He just wanted to get out of the town because this town sucks, essentially, not because of his family or anything like
The
that.
one she introduced to Donnie goes, "You got money?
I got money? Why?
I mean, you can help us all out. We can all get out of here."
We'll talk about that later. Once he turns out that like, you call me if he reaches that checkpoint, and we can have a discussion about that.
Okay, cool. Thanks for being cool.
Thanks for being cool yourself. All right. I'm out. Thanks for talking.
Okay.
And she dips out.
You dip out. Jet, you've got Braxton on the trail, and Blue, you're having Pee-wee follow. Shahid and Zilla, where are you going specifically? Just like so you're along this road is sort of one of the borders of the property. Is there a specific spot you're gonna stop at, or?
I feel like I'd be in the car, but Zilla would be driving, so it's up
Yeah.
to...
Yeah, you're at Zilla's mercy.
I mean, I don't really have a spot. I didn't plan on like trespassing, but I figured we could walk along the edge and kind of see where the stones are checking to make sure everyone's okay, since they're connected with the police.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool.
Yeah. Zilla, please give me a wits drive.
Wits drive? Oh no, how many accidents?
She's gonna...
I'm actually in a motorcycle, a totally different motorcycle, directly in the way of traffic.
2 successes. Are we comfortable with this?
Well, now that you're asking it like that, I'm not sure.
You can use willpower to roll one of those.
Look, I say if this is the campaign, we get involved in all the car accidents, then so be it. You know what I mean?
I think I rolled willpower on that one, so it didn't work out well for any of us. I think I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay. So you notice it at the last second, but like something in the road for sure. Like not like a pothole type of situation, like a part of just broken pavement that sort of sprung up on you, that you managed to mostly miss, but you can hear one of your tires immediately hits hard. Not a pop. You're able to keep control, but you can feel as it's like rapidly losing air, and you kind of have to pull over, which is great timing because there's a truck heading your way that sort of slows down, where you see Proctor sort of leaning out the side and pauses. Car trouble?
Apparently, endless amounts of car trouble.
Fancy seeing you here. Look at that. It seems like we're just inclined to constantly meet each other.
You guys know
make
each
up a
other?
drink?
No.
We met the other night, didn't we?
You need a ride back to town?
Well, actually, we were looking for the kid that's missing. We know his mom, and we wanted to...
So am I. You want to hop in?
Honestly, that's excellent. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Okay, you two enter the truck with Proctor. Okay, as you two get in the truck with Proctor, Lenny exits the home after talking to Mickey, Donnie, Minnie, Wacky, and Mars, and then Jet and Blue are on the case of trying to track the boy. That's where we'll take our last break. We'll be back in a few. Goodbye. We are
I'm
back.
professional, homie.
You
I'm
kinda convinced.
professional.
Let's go to Jet and Blue, which sadly might be the most normal thing happening here. You're tracking a lost boy. What is your drone do?
So
because it gives you a bonus on the skill, right?
yeah, so essentially what I do is it gets to do 2 different skills that I assign,
Okay.
which I made investigation and then stealth. But instead of having to roll those, if you have the drone do anything that involves investigation or stealth, I get to roll wits technology with that instead. Now,
Beautiful.
if you have it roll any other stat, then it rolls wits plus 1 die.
Okay. So yeah, give me that roll then, the wits tech roll. For because this will be investigation, right? You're getting a bird's eye view of what's going on. Braxton's dice pool has a high awareness. Give me a wits awareness for Braxton, because this is more of
Oh
a
my god.
perception sniffy thing.
We're doing a willpower reroll. That is homophobic. the amount of successes I did not roll on that. Okay. A little bit better. Of all months, roll 20. Of all months.
Not working for me. Hang on. I want to see how bad you do.
Well, hold on. Let me do 2 things. One,
So you got 3 successes for Pee-wee the drone.
all right. So Braxton's gonna listen to me. That's an important role to make.
Oh yeah, your edge roll. Yeah, complex commands. Which you got 4 successes on. Excellent. And then 3. So we got 3 and 3, which are full successes. Are you waiting for Lenny? Or are you guys just like taking off as soon as she heads in?
I think I will have him get the scent, but ideally, if Lenny's going to go in here and get some more information, I would
Okay.
wait for Lenny to come back.
Yeah, it was a quick conversation too. So yeah, Lenny, you come out.
We can wait at the tree line. I can keep Pee-wee
Yeah.
on
You
Braxton's
can
trail.
inform Jet and Blue of whatever you need to inform them of.
Yeah, so according to them, he ran away. He took a bus and left town. They put money together and helped him buy a bus ticket.
Wait, so he got on a bus and left this place?
Yeah. According to them, yeah.
What
They're trying to hide that information.
is there a bus station even in this town?
Every little town has a Greyhound.
Yeah, they
dude.
got a Greyhound. It's kind of dingy, you know.
It's kind
But
Stretch every town.
Well,
What part of town is that in? Is that like Main Street by Shadow Lake, maybe?
Bus stop would be outside of town. It'd be like the next town over.
okay.
Not one in this particular town.
The thing is,
did they
that,
drive
like,
him there or
Took a bike.
Took a bike there.
Took a bike.
like? Let's make sure he got there.
Yeah. Let's do that. That's one. But also, I told him that he's supposed to call them for a touch point to make sure that he got to the next point. So he's due to call them at some point today as well. So if we want to like drive over to the bus station, make sure that ticket was bought and he got on that bus, we can totally do that.
Seems. I'm trying to. It makes sense that people want to leave here. I get
Yeah.
that. But like,
Seems like-
there's too many coincidences, and I'm feeling real uncomfortable about all of this.
They all want to leave. They asked me to buy them tickets.
Yeah, but like, he didn't even tell his mom.
I mean, if you want to skip out of town, are you going to tell your mom that's the first person that's going to try to stop you?
Once I get to the station and I'm out, yes, I tell my mom. We're in a cell phone age.
But he needs to
Did he
meet
leave a
that first
note?
checkpoint.
Didn't do any of that. Like,
If he's meeting that first checkpoint, then I'm assuming he's going to call his mom after that.
but what if he doesn't meet the checkpoint?
That's the thing. That's
And
what.
that's what I'm worried about.
So do we want to go to that bus station, make sure he got on that bus or not?
He was on like just a regular ass mountain bike or something.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is that? Like, if I Google Maps this as a walk, how far away is this?
To the bus
Like
station,
Yeah.
it's a good ride. That's why they're saying like, hey, we're supposed to wait 24 hours, right? Because like he's gonna need a few
A bit.
hours to.
So let's start at the
Recuperate.
bus station.
I mean, we could still use Pee Wee and all that stuff to track
Yeah,
him.
yeah. Let's start
But-
at the bus station.
But yeah, I mean, Brax, with those rolls, you definitely have a trail. Like you definitely can follow him from here as well. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's just gonna be, that's a lot of distance to cover.
But that's a lot of distance to go missing if he doesn't make that checkpoint.
You two are assuming
think
that
we're
the
gonna
woods are
look.
normal.
We're gonna look. Jet and
Two-
Braxton are gonna look.
Okay.
They're gonna walk.
Stick on the
You-
trail.
Yeah, we're gonna stick on the trail.
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume all of you are sticking together.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can always just keep tabs of the location if it gets too.
Let's get in
Much.
contact with the others and tell them.
Let them know what's going down.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe they're not doing something stupid like, getting face to face with a stone or
You're
something.
funny.
Yeah, you can send a text, update your friends as you guys hit the trail. That'll take some time. Time passes as we go back to Shahid and Zilla, which hop in the truck. It's a bit of a squeeze. This isn't like a large truck with a back seat. It's just sort of a bench seat, one of those old style trucks. Squeezed in with him, and he continues driving down the road wordlessly. With that same sort of intense look, his trim goatee, his long slicked back dark hair, just a look of intense focus on his face the whole time he's just driving down the road.
Is he still wearing the ring from the night before, from the other night?
He is. It's a thick, ring that's sort of like like rock. Like the whole thing is clearly carved out of one rock, where it's sort of rounded at the bottom and then just flat on the top.
Hey, Proctor, that's a nice, it's a nice stone you got there. Where's it from?
It was a gift.
From who, man?
Zoram.
The kind of gift everybody gets, or the kind of gift just you get?
This was given to me.
We never really got finished. Never really got to finish our talk last night.
I think we did.
Did we? Did you find what you're looking for in my home?
Did you?
I wasn't looking for anything.
Sometimes the best way to go about things. What's the word? Serendipity, right?
True. You never can beat the power of dumb luck. By the way, Zilla, you don't know this. Proctor was at the party last night. The other night. Yeah, last night. Some days I think one day is three.
Oh my god, it all runs together, doesn't it? You were at the party?
Let's look down this
Yeah.
road. And he turns off a little side. You wouldn't have even noticed it was a road had until you're on it. Just slows down, turns, starts cutting into the woods. Certainly a road that is not used often. But this truck seems able to handle it. It's very rocky. They're sort of being jostled about. He's just steady, both hands 10 and 2 on the wheel, just weaving through the trees.
Damn, I'm glad you picked us up, because we were gonna try to follow along, the property line and see if we could find anyone. We heard,
He might have gone this way.
yeah, we heard he maybe disappeared right near you guys. So when we ran into you, and I guess the other night, so we knew who you were. You came to the party? The party on private property that was illegally thrown? That's wild. Well, at least you got a rock. I'm like, this guy here still can't give me my own, because we're dating.
I always thought him and Blue would make a better couple.
Me too, but
What?
sometimes opposites.
What do you mean me and Blue would make a better... Why are people constantly insinuating things today?
The first time he looks away from the road at you, what's his real name?
Blue's?
Yes.
That's his name.
They
It's
get
back
to go
towards
by
the
whatever they
road.
want, just like me.
Look, when
What's
you
your real
choose a
name?
name for yourself, it becomes your real name.
Proctor is my real name.
Well, it's really weird that it matches so well with your families.
Serendipity.
Aggressive religion, some might call it. That's how I got mine.
Zilla. That is a biblical name, isn't it?
Aggressively.
Uncommon. I like it.
Yeah, I would have made a real great stone.
Zilla Stone? I don't think I could be dating a stone. No offense, Proctor.
None taken. We should check here as he pulls over, as the road comes and goes alongside a creek. As he pulls over the vehicle, turns the engine off, puts the keys in his pocket, and gets out.
Did you actually want to be a stone? Or did you get aggressively indoctrinated into it, like some of us did?
I wasn't a good
Indoctrinated?
person. Stones gave me the chance I needed to become one. I think I see something down here. He starts heading towards the creek.
Do you actually need to be a good person?
He stops and looks at you. Don't understand.
What is good? What is the measure?
You are lost. That I understand. Speaking of lost, some
You find a
tracks
sheep,
over here.
Proctor?
He sort of points towards the bank of the creek. This way. He wades in, splashing through the creek. Only goes up to his thighs as he starts wading across. He starts walking down along with the creek, the flow of it.
What a good shepherd.
I gotta
You
ask
follow?
Zilla. What? Yeah, I'm following it. Yeah, I gotta ask Zilla, why are you being so, confrontational with Proctor? Not that I don't get it, but still.
Am I
Trouble
being...
in Paradise?
Proctor, do you think I'm being confrontational?
You're being true to your nature, I suppose.
Is my nature one of confrontation?
I think you trained with a sword since you were a kid, and if that's not code for confrontation, I don't know what is.
The Bible is also known as the sword. Did you know that? Sword drills?
I grew up with the Quran, so no. Different book.
Different sword.
Mm. Well, Islam means submission. Different kind of thing. You know my name's Arabic?
He was always bred into my nature then, I guess. Right, Proctor? Same with you.
No. He pauses. You're walking down the creek with him a little bit before he pauses. Where the water flows in, it's a very sharp bend that sort of goes into up along, not a full cliff by any means, but certainly an intake, a tunnel of sorts, a bit of a cave. Seems like a spot a young man might hide out in, don't you think? He begins walking into the darkness.
Okay.
You think? How did you decide that this is where he was?
The tracks, and he points, and each of you give me a wits awareness.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. I'm like, are we being led down a merry chase here?
Speaking of swords.
Is there a goose I should be worried about? I'm gonna re-roll some of those. Because I can re-roll 3 of them, actually. It's 4 successes.
4 successes for Shahid. 3 successes for Zilla. As he points behind you and said, this is where the tracks lead. It's very subtle, and it happens just if you would have been a millisecond behind turning, you wouldn't have noticed it. There are tracks, but you watch as they sort of make themselves all at once, just a very slight indent. And sure enough, it seems like there's a solo trail of footprints leading towards this little cavern. That looks like you'll have to sort of wade in the water to go into. And he begins doing just that.
I immediately go to tackle him.
Okay. Zilla, what do you do? Strength brawl.
I don't.
Shahid.
Can I do anything with my? Well, no, didn't we? No, I didn't. With my ability to repel the unnatural, is there anything there? I might not necessarily like assume that it's him. I'm still trying to like learn how to use this.
Brandish your object of focus and succeed in edge tests against the difficulty I set.
I'm gonna re-roll 2 of those, actually. I'm concerned.
You can certainly do this, yeah. So your edge test for this is Resolve Occult, if you want to roll that. I believe if you want, your drive might be in play here as well, Zilla.
Mm-hmm.
As your drive is an encounter with supernatural, prove themselves against creatures, hand a power they never deserved. As you believe this to be one of those. Shahid did a willpower reroll, did not succeed. 3 successes overall for Shahid.
Hopefully I catch this motherfucker by surprise.
So then when I roll, I can add a modifier, correct?
No, this is just your edge test.
Okay.
So this is just your Resolve Occult, which is right next to Repel the Unnatural.
Right. So I had 3 successes? Correct?
3 successes, that's good. I think you can re-roll 3 of those if you wanted.
Yep. There's enough for a willpower reroll of 3.
To make it worth it?
I don't know. How many dice this guy's got? I just know I don't trust him with a 10-foot pole. Making tracks by himself. That's
5
stuff you do in the
successes.
music industry. You don't do that.
So 5 successes?
So you're reacting. Shahid's the one who initiated this, so this will resolve first, then you react to this. Although your object of focus, would you have brought your sword along? Because that's your...
Yeah, I have everything like in all of my... like my decorative garb that I wear constantly. I have like different variations of like
Your weird city
pockets
slicker
and metal.
stuff.
Yeah,
Sure,
I have
sure.
like a weird.
So this is what
Buzz in the
happens.
car.
Shahid, you splash in the water because he's already in the water to go to just tackle him. He just turns, spins, and punches you square in the forehead. That thick stone ring in the middle of his finger connecting with your forehead. Zilla, you can hear like a knock that echoes. There'll be 4 superficial damage for you, Shahid. As he just turns, spins, and just straight arm Shahid. It doesn't quite match the effort of his swing and the power that should be behind it. You hear that connection, and Shahid goes backwards, even though his momentum was taken forwards, gets sent the other way into the bank of this creek, blood trickling down his forehead where that stone ring connected. You brandish your sword, focus on whatever unnatural thing is happening here, and simply will it to be away from you. He goes towards you, goes and begins to take a few steps towards you. But his fist, the one with the ring, is like stuck. He takes a step forward and is like held by his own ring, and just looks at his hand and looks at you.
I pull out the gun that I've been carrying the small in my back and aim at him.
Yeah, you, on your back, you start to pull out your weapon, rise to your feet, pointing it at him. He puts his one hand up in a defensive stance. Still just plain faced as he does so. Why did you attack me?
Why did you make those tracks?
Sometimes the shepherd is the sheep, Shahid, and sometimes the sheep is being tricked by wolves. I'm not really sure about this one. He could be a wolf as well, but that little stone you were complimenting
Yes,
that I was so jealous of, it seems to be kind of demonic, or at least
it protected him
and
last
not
night. The trick
It
that was
what?
going on in your brain, the trick that I avoided, it was protecting him last night. I know it's special.
Or maybe it was showing him something that he wanted,
Maybe.
trying to lead him with steps and paths. Proctor, what do you know? I'm sure you know less than
I'll
you
need
should,
each of
but
you to give
more
me a
than I know.
dexterity athletics, please.
Balls.
Dexterity athletics? Okay.
Oh, I'm better at this time. That's than I normally am. Games.
Because I've already been in pain enough, I am going to spend the willpower and try and...
Okay.
reroll some of
My
these successes.
thingy mabob affect this?
No.
Okay.
4 successes.
4 successes for Shahid. 5 successes for Zilla. The ground becomes quite unstable. It's a tremor. Earthquakes aren't... they happen in
Magical.
Missouri. Yeah.
You're pretty
And this is certainly one of them. Quite sudden, quite vicious. But each of you are able to stay on your feet as you can hear trees creaking, some being uprooted and falling over. The ground itself shaking. The water in the creek you can see just rumbling, unnatural, completely disrupted by this. This happens. Proctor falls to his feet into the water. He sort of goes off balance, goes backwards, splashes into the creek. Each of you manage to keep your ground as one of the trees along the banks comes crashing down. Luckily, with your successes, each of you are able to avoid this, finding yourselves at each side of this tree, but not underneath it, luckily. What is your next move?
And Proctor's not under the tree as well. correct?
No, he fell back into the creek. Like he tripped,
Okay.
fell into the creek, and you heard him splash in. Which isn't, like I said, it's about thigh high for him. So enough to be
Right.
submerged, but not like super deep.
I'm gonna try to leap over the tree and make sure that he doesn't escape or do anything weird.
Yeah, you leap over, grabbing onto one of the branches at a time as the water just like this current begins to just suck you towards it. As there seems to be a fault, a crack, a chasm that opens up in this creek that the water just dumps into. You hold on to the tree so you don't get pulled in as well. Shahid, you're also able to use this to steady yourself so you're not pulled in to this sudden fissure that opens up. But it opens up where Proctor was a moment ago. You imagine he has been pulled into it. You're now standing in a suddenly dry creek bed with like fissure along it. The shaking stops.
I look down into the fissure. Is there any sign of Proctor?
Darkness. But you can certainly climb down and check.
God
For
damn.
the love of fuck, I'm gonna get myself killed.
What a convenient accent. God. Wish I had one of those in my college speech class. That would have been nice.
You had a college speech class? I say as I'm putting one foot into this fault already.
Yeah, but apparently you didn't have any like personal safety classes because why the fuck are you stepping in a demon portal thing from hell / the New Madrid Fault? I don't understand.
Well, you know what they say. Short life, best life, right? Or is it,
The
you only
Dayan,
live something?
YOLO? I think that's
Yeah,
what it's
YOLO,
college.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll get that put on your headstone or whatever things you have.
No.
Your sarcophagus, like your ashes, like I'll get you a vase at least.
I'm Muslim, don't use ashes. You'd need to burn
Okay.
me whole. As whole as you can.
That's
Well,
fair.
I'm not really Muslim anymore. You know what, do what you fucking like.
Do you want the church? I'll go get you the church I'll get you the church like Mama Fana. Like you think we should do for her.
Shahid, are you going into this
Sorry.
fissure? This
I'm
chasm?
trying, yes.
Absolutely.
While we're having this
Please.
conversation too, I'm not
Of
stopping
course,
a
of
beat.
course.
Yeah, no, I'm not stopping you either. I'm just trying to like back and forth because you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
So I mean, it's obviously quite wet as it just a creek dumped into this. But
Slippery.
it's still going to be more of a strength based thing. So give me a strength athletic, Shahid.
I can do that. I should not
Success.
spend this willpower. I'm going to anyway. Jesus. what the
Obviously. That's what I would do.
One success goes to 2 success.
fuck? Yay!
As Shahid successfully goes into the fissure quite rapidly. He barely gets in before one of the slick rocks escapes his grip, and you see Shahid plunge down. And that's where you go back to Jet and Blue and Lenny, who are on the trail. You're on the trail for a little while. But definitely not long enough to get to the next town, to get to the bus stop before Braxton starts going off. There's a small trail, which you can see bike tracks on, that veers off into the woods.
Huh. That's not.
I'll say
so it's like
Blue,
diverting from-
able to sort of get a bird's eye view and scouting ahead. You can see you're not too far from one of the many rivers that runs through this area. Following this little trail down, it's not too far of a ride before you get to the river. Specifically, you can see it's probably like a fishing spot. You can sort of see at the river that this little trail leads to.
And this is diverting from the going towards the bus station, like when.
Yes, this is going off the road.
Good call, then. It's going off the trail. Going off where he's supposed to be going anyway.
Yeah, there's no way that little fucker went to a bus station.
Why? Why would he? Well, I mean, let's continue to follow it, but like,
Worst case scenario, Something took him?
Ding, ding, ding.
Otherwise, he just took a break and went in a different direction.
Well, I don't have any ordinance, but I have Marcia.
Okay, this is a really good time. Okay. I didn't want to kind of like interrupt our whole little trek and our hike and everything like that. And we've been having a really good time actually for like the past, hour or so, just kind of enjoying nature and kind of investigating and everything like that. But you can't keep doing that, Jet.
Doing what?
Doing what?
Just charging in.
What do you mean just charging in?
You literally
looking
just said
for a
I don't
kid.
have. You said I don't have any ordinance, but I have Marcia.
Yeah, I don't have bombs.
Okay. Do you know what we're going up against? Do you know what
No.
took this kid? Do you know what happened to this kid?
But do we know that this kid is even taken?
No.
Taken?
Listen,
Either way, it's fine.
Sorry.
I don't. When we just barged into the house and that party happened, me, you, and Z all got fucked up very quickly and were liabilities.
Blue, I want you to look at me and listen to what I'm about to tell you. And I don't say this to be an asshole or anything like that. I'm
Well,
actually
you don't
quite
even
sober
have to
right
listen to
now.
him, though. That's like
Oh my
all
God,
honesty.
Lenny,
You don't-
just give me a second.
Fine.
Blue, you're family to me. I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
Okay, I'm not.
But listen to what I'm saying. If we would have hesitated, do you know how many more of those people could have been hurt? That party monster could have fucked people way more than he fucked us.
He's obviously been doing this for a while, and maybe if we could have like investigated and just scouted.
How
and tracked
much
his movements.
time would we have had to do that before he
know.
fucked
You
those
don't
people who
know.
were at the house?
Oh,
You don't
not
know.
saying that we didn't do the right thing, but we don't even know what he was.
Are you saying that we shouldn't be looking for this kid?
We should be looking for this.
We should
kid,
be
but
looking for
also
this
let's
kid,
not
but
like be charging in and not knowing.
I'm
what it
not
is.
charging in. I have my bat at the ready because my bat helps me be comfortable
I
with
shot
shit that I don't know.
I shot him and he kept moving. Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but your bat isn't a fucking bullet, Jet.
No, my bat has actually been more effective than bullets in various situations.
Those are cop killers. Jet.
You had cop killer rounds in that thing?
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
I don't have time.
Blue, how many monsters have you killed?
I don't know. Like directly, 0. Indirectly, who knows? I've ruined a
got
lot of bank accounts.
At least a dozen under my belt right now.
About 4.
At least a dozen. And you know what's been here? My trusty, dusty Marcia. No guns, a baseball bat.
I'm just saying, let me be your eyes, okay? If
Yes.
we're gonna do this thing,
I got Braxton probably giving me a side eye for not acknowledging what he's helped me with. But Braxton's here too.
that's another thing. If anything bad happens to you, I don't know how to take care of a fucking dog, okay? I have a lizard, and that's it. And the lizard takes care of itself for the most part.
Okay,
I just gotta,
Blue, you have the internet.
yeah, that doesn't. I'm just saying, okay? We each have something that we're good at, and we should develop a process if we're gonna do. I don't even know why I'm talking like this because I don't even want to do this
Blue.
anyways. And now I'm getting kind of.
Blue, it's okay. You scout ahead a little bit with the direction that the kid went. See if you see anything that's been disturbed in a worrying way, and then we'll go in.
How tall is Blue?
Blue is gangly. Blue is about 6'2", Shaggy. Blue looks like Shaggy.
So you're
but
taller. You're probably just a little bit taller than Jet, because Jet is just about 6 feet, maybe 6'1". But he is built.
Mhm.
So he comes up to you and he's like, "Listen, bro, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. Do you hear me?"
Yeah, it's fine. I lived in New Orleans.
Hey.
Okay,
The fuck?
What?
Only Blue heard that.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh no.
Oh no.
What? He's gonna look at Lenny.
Hey,
What? I didn't say anything.
I've been fucking hearing that whistling all fucking time. We're in the fucking woods. I've been hearing it this whole time. Anything, and you
You
two
hear
didn't seem
it?
to notice it. Yes, I hear it, and then somebody just said hey to me, and it's just like that night when Lon left, and now I'm really freaked out, and I think I know exactly what happened to Ball, and I
All right, stay on the path then. Okay.
we heading down the path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to follow this trail. I'm going wherever Braxton is going.
Yeah. Blue is going to kind of, because I don't have autonomous yet, next fucking level up. But is gonna like kind of put Pee-wee in a holding pattern real quick, and you're just gonna see Blue pull out AirPods and just put them in and start playing like something just loud and droning.
Yeah, enough
And
to
just,
where
it's just gonna focus on those two. And like
the trail on these two. Yeah, you guys can. It's loud enough. You guys, Jet and Lenny, can hear through his thing. But Braxton leads the way. You follow the trail. At one point, there's a tap on your shoulder. Which Lenny's right behind you.
Lenny, did you tap my shoulder? Lenny, I'm going to need you to be completely honest. Did you tap my shoulder?
I did not.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But keep talking if that keeps happening.
You're gonna see Blue is hand is shaking on like the controller for Pee-wee, and you can tell that they want to go for a gun, but there's like, no, we're just gonna. Does Pee-wee see anything out of the ordinary? Coming, like just any kind of movement or anything?
No,
nothing.
And eventually you make it to the river, to where you see a discarded bike. And no roll necessary because it's quite distinct. Almost like too distinct, like two very clear sets of like heavy boot prints, you imagine, for like how defined they are. Starting at sort of the soft, sort of sandy gravel up into the riverbank. But like Braxton's even sniffing up and down. You imagine they crossed. This spot is shallow enough. People probably go in here for fly fishing. Using your Pee-wee the drone, you could pick up the trail on the other side of the river. Just these two sets of heavy footprints.
A human took them.
Maybe.
Or human-like.
Human-like.
Let's be real.
Shahid, please take 2 superficial damage.
Okay. So 1 aggravated then? That's what you said?
Oh. So Zilla, you can even hear it up top. You hear the crunch. You hear the sound of a bone breaking. As Shahid, luckily you don't go down too far, to where you can still see up. You can still clearly see the light. You can see Zilla's silhouette peer over. But you land stiff on a straight leg on one of the little outcroppings. Luckily that stopped you from going all the way down. But you certainly broke one of the bones in your leg. Maybe not the femur, luckily not like a major one, but it fucking smarts and you feel it, but you're able to grab on and stop yourself from sliding down further.
You should have you should have trained with like the European like group of hunters, because the American government definitely didn't teach you not to go into fucking holes, you dumbass. God.
You're forgetting the fact that I'm gay. I get in the holes all the time.
Think you'd be fucking better at it then.
Oh, my foot. Fuck.
At this point, you have 2 options, Shahid. You can continue to try to go down. You're already a little bit in the way. Or you're going to try to climb out.
So, how deep do I go?
thought you were the expert.
Well, you're my spotter. Tell me. How
I
far am
would
I
say-
currently?
Too far for your safety. I would not have gone down in there without giving someone my coordinates and making sure I had proper gear to get down there.
You have
you
my
don't know
coordinates.
where you're going. You don't know how it opened up and why it sucked down a fucking Proctor Stone to save him.
Hold on, I like reach into my pocket and pull out my wallet and open it with my mouth, and fiddle out a coin, and I just drop it down. How
And
far
down
does
it
go?
goes and goes and goes.
Ooh.
And then
Sounds
you
like
hear
a nice
metal on stone.
cavernous stone.
And then another rumble. Not a full earthquake, but
Mhm.
something from deep down shakes. Bits of loose stone fall around you, but you're able to keep your balance on this little outcropping you're on.
Okay, you're right. Ugh, give me a second. Oh. I'm gonna just try and climb out.
While he attempts to climb out on his own, I'm gonna text the group back because they had said, you know, whatever they said earlier. Something about like following the
It would be
stone.
great if you had service out here, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll try to send a message. Something about follow the stone brick road. I'm sure it
you
doesn't
could
go
hit it.
through and-
Yeah, message failed, but it's there. It's sitting there. When you get
Yeah.
service, it should send.
Yeah, sometime.
Shahid makes his way back up to the surface.
So what have you been up to after? Because I know Lenny's been doing the podcast, and Blue's been doing Lord knows what Blue's up to. I can't barely understand it. And Jet's been a dumbass. What have you been doing, other than the art?
I mean, art stuff.
Really,
Most-
no investment to
Confront.
supernatural hunting, nothing like that.
I mean, you know, a bit
Here and there, dabbling. You're a dabbler now.
here and there, everywhere. Trained in Europe a little bit. Worked
Mhm.
in New York enough to know what the fuck you all are talking about, more than some of you all know what you're talking about.
Oh, are you suggesting I'm a dumbass?
A little bit, but not the most dumbass of the group as far
You
as
can just say
monsters
Jet.
go. I mean, I didn't say that, but if you're gonna say it, then I'll let you say that, and I won't argue with you. He just doesn't know what he doesn't know. Sometimes, you know.
Tell me about it.
Sometimes you care more about the people that get hurt than you understand. You know?
I was up in Montana chasing after someone who had his name on a hard drive. I'm not gonna tell him that, but the guy's not. He usually cleans up things with a bomb, but you know, bombs don't 100% of the time. Oh,
Bombs leave behind shit too.
yes, they do.
Pretty traceable.
It's my own fault. I shouldn't have told him about all this shit. I should have just let him live in his. Think he was some shitty person.
You know the thing about people that care enough, they find some shred of the truth.
Yeah,
They
but
always
that
do.
doesn't mean I should have told him more, you know?
Maybe you didn't tell him enough. It seems like there's some part of a fairy tale that he's holding on to, and it's not real enough. Where claymores outside of your door are the safest option.
Yeah. Hey,
Maybe a team is.
mind lending a hand? I'm like near to the edge at this point, I imagine.
Yeah, you're gonna have to kind of lean on Zilla for. You're not gonna be able to put pressure on that leg for a while.
Are you gonna jump down any giant fissures in the road anymore, or are you gonna listen? Maybe a little bit.
Well,
Just a little bit.
you know me.
Are you gonna call me overreactive?
It's the nature of a man to be toxic. Like just
Mm.
jumping down gigantic holes in the ground.
Ooh. Ugh.
I promise I'll listen more.
Are you gonna reevaluate nature a little bit
Okay, what
if
does
I
that
help you
mean?
out?
What is that? Reevaluate nature?
A nature of a man that's very like constrictive, and I don't really think it really works for either of us.
When I'm in pain, I tend to make too many jokes.
In your pain, you tend to act like a dumbass. So now you understand how Jet feels. I'll help you out.
Where are you two heading from here?
I guess a fucking hospital? What do you need?
Good news is, because of this turn of events, our cell now is at Desperation 3.
Yay.
Can you like explain exactly like what each level of desperation means?
That's just
for
more
the-
dice for you. That's it. Just more dice. Use it all the time.
It's the danger that's dangerous.
So yeah, failing a desperation roll can automatically raise the danger level. A higher danger is there's a lot of things that can happen with that. I know what happens at certain levels of danger that I am privy to that the group was not. But high danger is bad. So the more desperation you have, the more dice you have to do these things, but the higher your chance of artificially raising danger without actually raising it through story beats is. But right now everything's fine. You're in a bad spot, but you're supporting Shahid. You're not too far from the truck, although he took the keys with him. I don't know if you guys are walking out or if one of you are the type to potentially hotwire a truck.
What would it take to hotwire? What role is that even?
I would do like a wits, streetwise, or technology.
I've got 2 dice in
Or
street
craft?
crafts.
You could build a car. Yeah.
What we do
Well,
is
you
we
have time
built the
too.
minecart.
You could do. Give me an intelligence streetwise. We'll say you're taking your time on this, remembering how to do this rather than trying to do it in like a sudden situation.
I'm not doing great with rolls today too.
2 successes. Hot wiring an old truck is not incredibly difficult. 2 successes will be enough. It takes some time, but eventually you get that spark, that engine turns, and you have a truck. But you're able to drive back the way you came. Eventually, get some cell service as you get near the main road, and your message goes through to the group. Which the
Why
group
is it-
are you following the trail across the river? Or are you waiting?
Blue is going to have Pee Wee get in a holding pattern and is going to pull out a phone. It's going to say, we should all take pictures just for posterity's sake, just in case anything happens to one of us. And it's going to take photos of the bicycle and is going to take photos of the boot prints. And
what
is
I'm doing.
also going to take one of their boots off and take a photo of that boot next to the boot print for size comparison. Just as a size comparison photo, just in case. And it's like, it's nothing like to a science, but just to see
Mhm.
if it's like bigger or smaller. Doing anything to distract from the fucking and everything that's going on and the haze and everything.
You don't have investigation. This could
I
kind of be.
I'm not a
No, blueprint stuff. Yeah, this I think this falls firmly in investigation. But you got wits, so you could give me your wits roll. Braxton is like hackles up, fur on the side. He's clearly up like something. Now this new trail he is on has him like in full.
Yeah. And
Wary
Jet
of
is
them.
not letting Braxton get ahead now. He's
Mhm.
side by side with him. So it's sort of like a following thing, but making
Okay.
sure that he is right on Braxton. But we definitely intend to cross this river
Okay.
after Blue has done all
Yeah.
of the
Blue takes some
documenting.
time, looks at some stuff, gets the drone going. Braxton sniffing around with one success. All you can really tell is the boot. There's nothing really out of the ordinary about the boots. It's more of like a weight thing than a size thing. Like the
Yeah.
boots aren't especially big. It's just like a heavy person's
A
wearing
heavy
that.
person. Okay.
And your drone's gonna range up to almost 5 miles. You got, I mean, that's your edge. You got to stay with that drone. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say sort of, doing a quick up high, sort of getting an idea where this trail's heading at least. You're actually not that far from the property, from the Epiphany home, property lines. It seems this trail's heading into those grounds.
I'm going to pin the latitude and longitude in Pee-wee, just kind of like for my own purposes, just be like, right here's where we see the bike. So they're going to be able to clearly see it. And we're not going to go to the cops about it first. We're going to go to the lawyer. We're going to go to his mom. We're going to go to Mrs. Haroff. And we're going to present this information to her, and we're going to let her do with it what she sees fit, because we can't be involved with this at all.
And you all have, I assume you have a group message. It's where you get the text from Zilla as well, as you're doing this investigation and checking out around the river.
Once I realize that my message goes through, can I call
Yeah, absolutely.
the group?
Service is spotty where they are, but it's there.
I think like I'm not even noticing she's calling. Why is it always my leg? God.
Because
You're fucking clumsy. I don't fucking know.
Ugh.
Assume that's the reason you won.
Who are you calling?
yeah, who picked up the phone? I was about to say,
Probably Lenny.
Right.
Blue probably has the headset on. Who knows? I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah,
I don't know
like,
where anyone else in the group.
Lenny picks up.
As soon as I hear this phone ring, shit, fuck. God damn it. Who has a ringer on these days?
dude.
Lenny,
okay,
Yeah.
so
I called her. You hear me yelling over the
it's
phone.
like, yeah, are y'all okay?
Do you think he's got a first aid kit in here? God damn it.
Mr. Strong Man
Mhm.
broke his leg, and
What?
Proctor Stone like disappeared down a huge fissure caused by earthquake, maybe. Anyway,
Did we feel
After
an
making
earthquake?
tracks by himself, don't forget that.
Yeah.
He does
There
have a
was, like,
first aid. Give me
magical-
an intelligence medicine, Shahid. I'm gonna try to do a
course.
little, at least take care of some of your bashing, your superficial bruises.
Is that
Oh.
Zilla, Lenny?
As
That is a
Zilla
good
says
question.
like
Did we
that,
hear
like,
an
the-
earthquake?
like tells
Yeah, there's like a
Blue
massive earthquake. It drained like half the stream. He was like somehow making fake tracks in the mud that we were following. I don't know if he even knew that he was doing that. I don't know, something weird was going on. But yeah, if you're around, I might be careful of like any tracks like a pier or stones or rivers or streams or anything like that. Also, I think I'm gonna go, I know, shocker, make a scene at the Stone residence because now
You
their
love
son
doing this, huh?
has
This is your
disappeared.
thing. This is like your.
Honestly, as like
What
I
is
just
she
feel
saying?
like it's a thing I should probably do.
It's a trademark.
It's a thing I can get away with and can weaponize at this point. So
Mhm.
I'm
You do
gonna
very
use
well.
it.
Wait, hold up.
for-
Did we just say I'm a white woman? Is that
I
what we
wasn't
just
gonna
said?
say it. I didn't feel like I could say it, but
No, I
Shahid,
love
with
it.
your 4 successes, so you're not going to heal any with that, but you momentarily will not be taking the impaired penalty because your health is impaired, so you should be at a -2 for all physical things.
Physically.
You will not be at a -2. You found enough some first aid things to patch your wounds a bit, and was some meds in there, some emergency meds to take to sort of suppress the pain for now. So you got a few hours of operating normally, besides your leg, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Shahid broke his leg. Like I probably should have led with that one.
yeah.
So
but
what's the
I'm
plan?
gonna
Are you
go-
meeting up or are you heading to the Stones?
I can go cause problems to help, or I can wait on you guys.
Lenny, what is Z saying?
We can meet up at
Lambert.
the. Z wants to make a scene at the Stones.
Why would we make a scene at the Stones? We found that. Did you tell her that we found the place? We found the bike and stuff. Like we're
That's what I was
nearby.
getting ready to do. Okay, we found the bike. We found the where heavy footprints. There's a river. You're saying all this stuff that might be trying to mislead us, like you just said. See?
Yeah, maybe. All of this seems a bit too manufactured for me.
Puts it
Right?
on like speakerphone. Just like
Thank you.
Oh, and don't tell Blue about the broken leg thing. I don't want to freak him out just yet.
What happened with your leg?
It's on speaker. now?
yes, kind of. If we need, like, I'm not gonna keep on repeating
Wait,
myself.
what-
Yeah, no,
what-
that's dumb.
What happened with y'all? What's going on? We found
Apparently,
the bike.
Shahid broke his leg.
What the fuck, Shahid? What were you doing? Did you climb
Okay.
down a hole or something? Big strong
We-
man climb down a hole?
We are busy right now. There's fuck shit happening, and there's a kid missing, and we're on his trail. And now we're on the phone
okay.
talking about a broken leg. I'm
Jet,
sorry. This
I
is
don't
important.
think- This is the thing. I don't
I'm
think
gonna
you're
start
on this
drinking.
trail.
You.
The things here, by the way, you two.
What things?
The thing that
The thing that got Lon.
yeah,
It's
it's
here.
calling,
It's whispering
in
to
the
me,
woods.
and it's tapping on me, and everything.
Wait,
We
the
are
thing in
on his trail.
2002. Long was called from the side of the road. Fuck. So it's whispering in y'all's ears, isn't it?
Just
No,
Blue.
it's whispering in Blue's ears.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but just because it started in their ears doesn't mean it's not going to end up in yours too.
So we have two options. We can somehow regroup and keep going. You two can not go to the Stone residence and make a stink because Shahid has a broken leg, and maybe Shahid.
No, because Proctor Stone got sucked into the giant maw of the fake
It popped up
Earthquake.
right under him.
that
Does-
pretended to lead us down a path of footsteps.
Z, does anybody know that you're with Proctor Stone right now?
I don't know.
We're driving his car.
You're driving his.
You stole his car?
Oh my
No,
god.
he
Are
left
you
us
wearing
his car.
gloves?
Obviously, I'll wipe it down.
You're gonna
Yeah.
wipe out. Do you know every
Everyone's
single?
like,
do you know
"Oh,
every
Jet's
single
the idiot.
specific thing that you touched
Jet's the
inside
one who
truck?
makes
Yes,
fucked up
there's
Yes.
only
decisions.
one seat
Hmm.
in the truck. I know. And so if he's actually alive, it's because of magical
Blue.
bullshit.
It
Blue.
sounds
Fine.
like he might be dead.
Her boots. Okay,
I
hold
think
up.
he's alive.
Her boots have touched both pedals. Her hand is on the gear shift, and one is on the steering wheel. We touched the door entering. I know all this shit. Okay. I've
Just
cleaned
saying
up after
you're-
crime scenes before.
Yeah.
You've got a busted wheel right now, okay? And y'all are going to go make a stink at the Stones. The Stones are with the cops, and then one of their kids just disappeared. This is we should be. There's already another kid that should be disappeared.
Blue.
We can't
There's a
take
third
on all of
option that
this.
we have.
Let's
There's
Let's
a third
meet up.
option that we
Let's
have.
meet up. Let's
We can
not
just
make a scene with the
regroup
Stones.
and
I agree
just-
with that.
and just see what information we have, and then go with rested and clear minds. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
It's,
Are we gonna leave this trail, or are we just gonna stop now?
where's it go, Blue? Where's this trail go? Based off of
It keeps going. It's
On
goes
which
closer and
Jackson's still
closer to
on the trail.
property.
On which property line? Because you're where? On the edge
Yeah,
of ours and theirs? On the Stones?
it's ours. It's ours and their property line, right?
Where
No, it's
Proctor-
going into yours.
It's
It's
onto
go-
our property line. Yeah.
It's going to our property line. It's going to our woods. So it means that if Ball is in those woods, then Ball is with the thing, or the thing has Ball. Or maybe Ball is smart enough and is not listening to strangers, just saying hey and whistling and things.
I highly doubt that because
He's a
he
kid.
had a ticket to a bus station and he went in a completely different
dumb enough to
direction.
think you could get away. How
I
about
say
you
we get this, we find him because we don't know what took him.
All right, for the sake of brevity, then, so is the plan to? I mean, you're not that far off. The river isn't too far off the road. You want to wait there for Zilla and Shahid to catch up, or Zilla and Shahid, or do you have something else you want to do?
the only reason I was thinking about going to the Stones is to report their son missing
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
as like, hey, we have his truck because he helped us find, we were looking for him, blah, blah, blah. He's missing. And that way they could either be like, what, he's not missing, or
So what do you
know,
want to do then? Are you
what
going to
missing.
them, or are you going to meet up with the group?
Shahid, what do you think?
Look, I can do either. I'm good enough to keep going with whatever we're doing right now. It's not gonna
You
make
have
things worse.
a broken leg, and
Yeah.
Lou is obviously experiencing some shit that not everyone has experienced on a regular basis. So
I've splinted the leg. We'll be fine.
So what's the plan?
Look, I've done a stakeout with a broken leg before. I can manage this if we want to go this way, but we've got to do this together, whatever it is.
So let me
Mm,
list it down. We find the kid. We take care of Shahid's leg. I am not going to the stones.
no, we're not going to the fucking stones. We have to find this kid. The stones can fucking wait. They're not going anywhere. They've been here for fucking ever.
it's about covering bases, Jet.
I understand we're covering.
So what's the
bases,
decision,
But there's
Zilla?
a kid's life on the line. I'm going to find the kid. I don't give a fuck what you all do.
They're
at this
going that way. Are you meeting up or going to the stones?
Shahid, if you're good, I want to cover our bases as far as the kid missing with the stones.
Let's head to the stones.
I think that there's a connection there, and I'm not abandoning this kid by reporting their creepy ass adopted son missing.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll meet you at the house tonight.
So
Okay.
you guys start heading towards the main road that will lead to the stones compound proper. Okay. Jet, Blue, Lenny, you follow the trail then? Yes.
Yep.
Probably be fine.
No, it won't be.
We'll all be fine.
How heavy is Ball?
Ball is a 16-year-old. He's not a kid. He's not like a tiny kid.
Yeah, he's a teenager.
Yeah.
Is he husky? Is he like?
No, he wasn't that big, but
Okay.
not like abnormally small, just like an average size.
Average size
Yeah.
16-year-old teenage kid. Perfect. All right, great. Okay. That gives me some
Which-
clarification of who the boots belong to. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's fucking do this. Yeah.
Wait, oh no, you got one success. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys continue on.
Well, we're-
Muzzle and Shahid head towards
I got to start doing those investigation rolls with the fucking drone instead of myself.
stone thing. It's going to be a bit of a hike because again, but you enter the what is technically now your property, proper. Following along, any of you can give me a wits or intelligence survival.
Let's see.
Out of JetBlue and Lenny.
I have 4 dice in that.
2 for Blue. 2 for Lenny. 4 for Jet. Jet, you're the one who notices because you can focus a little more because you trust Braxton completely to stay on the trail proper.
100%.
Who has the map actually?
If they did not hide it from Jet, Jet has the map.
Yeah, I can see Jet being the one to carry the map.
Because that's the only
Yeah.
way.
You're checking the
that
map
Jet would
because
not
you're
have
you're
it.
on your property now. And after being on the trail for an hour or so and kind of getting your bearings, checking you're remembering some of the things that you remember those people taught you to sort of check like where plants are growing and the sun and sort of getting your orientation. On the map, in sort of the north west corner, there's a tower. That's where you're
Mhm.
heading.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to put this together before reaching the destination. So you'll be coming in with that knowledge.
I sort of look over my shoulder and I tell them that is where we're going.
That's how
Or
with the
whatever
red
it's
X under
worth.
it.
Yep.
Huh. That's not concerning at all.
Nope, not at all.
Blue's gonna message Shahid and Z and say he goes to the tower.
Okay.
In the group chat, so everybody knows. I'm not trying to be secretive about it or anything. Just
Can I get, and you can use your drone for this, can I get a wits investigation
perfect.
from everybody? Jet, Blue, and Lenny.
Okay.
Damn, Lenny with
Oh my god.
Lenny with 7. Blue
8.
with. Oh yeah, you got a double crit for 8.
I got a double crit 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I'm good at,
I'm not getting close to
motherfucker.
that.
And 2. It's all right.
That's not my area of expertise.
So here's what the two of you can see as you start getting close. You start noticing weird markings. It seems like markings. Like, like deers and things like that. Certain things will scratch along trees on trails and things like that. These sort of antler marks or things of that nature. There's marks like that start to become more frequent the closer you get. But looking closer and examining some of these markings, it's very weird, but you rolled very high, so you're able to sort of put this together. You frequently are seeing bite marks, like on trees, on plants, like something is just randomly gnawing on whatever along this trail. Like, not to mention, you start seeing like trash, bits of trash too. Like maybe packages from like snack cakes or things like that, or like a box of pasta. But even those are like partially eaten. It's like, but it's definitely not a human-sized bite, but you can't really place what the animal would be doing this. But it's like something has been walking along and just gnawing, taking bites out of random shit, as well as like spewing trash around and partially eating this trash. Likely eating whatever food has been in most of this packaging. Most of this trash is related to some sort of food product.
Can I?
And then you
I'm
start seeing
sorry.
bones.
Oh no.
Bones that are cleaned. The bones themselves often being gnawed on. Some of them like a clear bite taken out of solid bone, the marrow sucked out of them, as you can see. And the closer you get to where this tower is marked on the map, the more frequent these instances become.
Can I can I do sense the unnatural, please?
You may. As you get closer, I'm going to assume, as your sense that something is wrong here, not even unnatural, something is amiss. Well, it's up to you. Are you strolling in, or do you want to start taking a more stealthy approach?
Stealthy, please.
Stealthy, please.
Stealthy, please. Very much
Stealthy,
so.
please.
Stealthy, please.
Can I get some composure? Well, yeah, we'll call this composure. Composure stealth from the three of you.
Oh, that is not my strong suit. Okay.
Utah, give me 2.
2 for Blue, 1 for Lenny.
I'm gonna re-roll those.
Nice.
3 for Jet.
Oh my god.
Fuck me.
The
Okay.
reroll giving you 0 successes on that.
Roll 20, please, for the love of fucking god.
Only one of you succeeding. 1 out of the 3 is not what you're looking for.
Jet and Blue know how to stay stealthy.
Jet
Oh,
Braxton,
not Jet and Blue.
maybe.
Jet and
Not Blue.
Braxton. Not Braxton. Not Blue, yeah.
You eventually come upon, well, it shows like a tower on the map. It's hardly that. It is a house, a domicile of some sort, but like on stilts, like a hastily like almost like a shed on stilts. It's quite high, and you can see all the trees in this area have been cut down. You can see it's just like fresh stumps everywhere, as part of the wood's laying about where you can see it was probably used to construct this structure, and some of the wood has been eaten. You can see like chunks of wood with bites out of them. But yeah, quite high on these wooden stilts, hastily built but seemingly sturdy somehow. Yeah, is this little, I guess it could be called a tower by its the vertical nature of it, but certainly not like a solid stone structure. Long wooden stilts with a little shack type thing on top, with no clear way in or out. You'd imagine whoever's in there would have to lower something to get somewhere in and out.
Oh,
Based off of
Oh, and Lenny, you're using your edge,
yeah,
correct?
Yeah.
For Sense the Unnatural, which is a wits occult. As you hold your amulet and reach out.
oh no! Oh no!
Not a single.
I am
Not a
re-rolling that. I'm
one
sorry. Like, what the
success.
hell? Okay.
God damn.
Oh
Okay.
my god!
One
So now it
success,
betrays me. Now
which
it's
is not
fucking-
enough.
It's fine.
So you're staring at the structure, seeing just the refuse. At the bottom of this thing is just trash, bones, all sorts of just half-eaten, discarded things, junk. Some food, some that should not be food.
Can I investigate? I'm torn a little bit. So like investigate to see if any of like the hints that we've gotten about what this thing might be that's like kind of gnawing at things, like would that be an occult investigate kind of situation, or
It would be, but whatever's around here announces itself as you hear a from behind you. You seem to have not been super stealthy on your approach. And you see two, we'll call them brothers. They have to be related because you haven't seen anyone else who looks the way these two individuals do. Not particularly tall by any means. Few inches over 5 feet maybe, but quite stocky. And your feet instantly, or your eyes instantly go to their just like very sturdy looking metal boots. They're each wearing red baseball caps. Luckily not with the logo that you usually expect from these sort of caps, but they seem the type.
I was thinking, never mind.
Wow.
Their eyes are bloodshot, almost matching their eyes. Neither of them have much of a nose to speak of. Like it's been either broken or whittled away or something, where both have just like weird, gnarled little stumps for noses. But it gives them more room for their mouths. These wide, grinned mouths with some teeth are missing, but the teeth that are there seem protruding, not quite fitting right in the mouth, and sharp. Their face is heavily wrinkled and weathered. Looks like from probably a hard life outside. Large, patchy sort of beards growing over parts of it. And they don't seem the friendliest. One is holding a chainsaw. Not yet started, but both hands on it, ready to pull that cord at any moment. The other
All right, Ash.
holding in
Sure.
each hand those like large circular buzzsaws. The one with the chainsaw sort of tilts her head and looks. Who are you?
Where's Bull?
They both betray themselves by instantly looking up at this little structure and then looking back down. I don't know who you're talking about. But I do reckon you might be trespassing. As he pulls the chainsaw and it just starts up. and then stops. Fuck. Pulls it
Uh,
again, and then it gets going.
Lou's gonna pull the pistol
Yeah,
out
same. I was like,
immediately and just say,
Lenny's like,
reckon your name's not on the deed there, son. You're on our land.
I just whisper to Braxton, flank him.
Braxton starts slowly creeping towards the side. The one holding this just sort of shaking chainsaw looks at the other one holding these two just circular saws, just looks. Seems we're at an impasse then. And he just reels back to throw one of these bladed saws. That's where we're going to end this episode.
kind of feeling.
Kicking things off
Looking feeling.
with a fun little encounter with half the team next time.
Cool.
This has been it. I made some progress. I'm proud of you guys.
This is great.
We've got potential answers or potential death. I'm very excited. We'll see what happens next time.
Fantastic.
Potential answers or potential death. That is what we gun for in these episodes. Just so you audience know.
Save it for the after show.
Excellent. Proud of all of you. I love our
I'm a
after
little worried
shows.
about our-
But before after shows, we got to do our outros, which is where we go around, say who you are, and where people can find you and whatever else you're up to. In the same order, Nordine, if you would please do the honors, starting us off.
Sup? My name is Nordine Likadir. My pronouns are he, him. You can catch me where Werewolf Feels online everywhere. I also am one of the players in the Atom List, which is a Starfighter podcast. I write for Into the Motherlands. I'm a sensitivity consultant on Disaster Hamsters too. There's a long list. You can find it all on my Twitter. Fun fact about me, I've never broken a limb before. Yeah.
Jeez. Is that what you want to leave us with?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Beautiful.
Just dropping the bomb and walking away.
Beautiful. Mandy, broken any limbs?
I have not. Also, personally, never caused a big scene before, but my character Zilla has. However, you can
About to
find
end this
Mandy
recording right now.
Morose. You can find Mandy Morose at anything table goth related. That's the only thing I really do. We do some tutorials, we do some cool vampire stuff, random other things. Yeah, that's all I got.
Or just look for public disturbances, and you'll likely find Mandy in the middle of them, in whatever
Those are-
city you may be in.
Causing a stink.
Oh, having a stink. Prince.
Oh, hi. I'm Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice. I'm also the person that apparently fucks everything up, named Jet. You can catch me doing a bunch of stuff and things. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all those are Dimples, the letter N, and Dice, all together, one word. Let's see. Find me Saturdays over on Philly by Night at Rolling D's 20s. Storyteller for Vampire Masquerade there. This is our 5th and final season. There's going to be some interesting guests. By the time you get your hands on this, we'll be deep into it. So I'm very excited to see who dies. Oh, wait. I mean, yeah.
Whether alerts, all of them.
There's a bunch of other stuff happening. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I got a new D&D show. I have my D&D on Sundays. While I'll be on the Witchlight, Wayward Revelry, and there's more stuff to come in the near future. Yeah. We'll be collaborating with some people at this table again. I'll just put it like that.
Speaking of, I know what I have. Sade, you're running things now. Tell us about it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shadi Smith Edwards. You can find me on Twitter at @SSAmbrose_ and SS Ambrose everywhere else, such as TikTok and Instagram and all the other wonderful stuff. You can also find me at Girls Run These Worlds, running Monster of the Week limited series all of June on Mondays at 7:30. And it's wonderful. Also, you can also find me on the Lovely Craftians podcast. We're on season 4, and the finale is coming up, and it is making us all cry as we see those edits. But look forward to that. Other than that, it's been a pleasure playing with these lovely people, and I hope we continue. And on to the next person.
I hope so too. We'll see. Speaking of making me cry, Wes.
Gotta be good at something. Hi, my name is Wes Franks. My pronouns are he, they. I am the founder and creative director of Carrying Cover Studios. I do overlays, all that good stuff, logo design, game design, game writing, all that good stuff. So, you know, if you want to hire me, you can hire me. Let's talk about it. Come check out all of our stuff over at Carrying Cover Studios. We have a lot of dope stuff going on currently, and we have some really cool stuff coming up soon, including Fables Once and Future, which is our new Urban Shadows campaign. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to share with the wide public, but we got to get some confirmations, dot some I's, cross some lower case J's, you know, things of that nature, all that good stuff. But yeah, come check us out. And you can follow me on Twitter at ThirstTrapMoth. And I just want to let you know, if you ever have to deal with family that you've grown up with that just can't stop bickering and it causes you to have anxiety, try triangular breathing. It has always helped me, and it is one of the many steps that can help you with the anxiety that you're dealing with. Also, yeah, don't crawl into holes, kids.
Stay out of them
That's me.
holes.
Stay
Actually,
out
it's
of them
Pride
holes.
Month. Get in them
And be
holes.
decent. Yeah, get in them holes. Especially for this one, get in them holes.
Get in the holes.
Appropriately check which holes to get into and which ones to avoid.
Have a friend to
um,
help pull you out of a
safe
hole if you need
holes.
to.
Safe holes only. Speaking of safe holes only, be nice to people and decent to people. Don't be a dick. Like, why are you out here being a dickhead? Don't be a dickhead, dude. Don't be a dickhead, dude. That's it. That's all I got.
We actually support Dicks and Heads here at Table Goth during Pride Month. Speaking of the wide public, it's me, the widest member of the public. I do stuff. Just mostly leave me alone, and I'll be happy. But if you don't want to leave me alone, watch our stuff. We got a bunch of Hunter content coming up that I'm gonna make Mandy get in on. So get ready. Might be up by now. Who knows?
I'm about to learn some things.
Yeah, I'm
Just
about to
like in the
learn.
vampire stuff. On the spot.
Oh, dynamic
Yeah.
duo.
Good
Otherwise,
references you can
this
understand.
has been episode 3. Thank you for dining with us. Goodbye. What the fuck are you doing, Prince? I'm ending the stream.
Dancing.